University Crusaders. Starting at quarterback, number 10, Will Hunter. At running back, number 22, Ashton Hurd. At tight end, number 88, Devin Turman. At wide receiver, number 13, Mason Sanders. Another wide receiver, number 12, Javon Smith. Another wide receiver, number 7, Demarchier Rooks. At left tackle, number 64, Caleb Harris. At left guard, number 66, Armin Lindsay. At center, number 73, Michael Thomas. At right guard, number 76, Casey Stewart. And at right tackle, number 56, Cameron Stepp. On defense for the Crusaders, starting at nose guard, number 91, Seth Lauder. At defensive tackle, number 90, Anthony Blair. At defensive end, number 98, Desmond Williams. At linebacker, number 46, Eddie Studevance. Another linebacker, number 3, Matt Thomas. And the middle linebacker, number 53, Sam Houston. Another linebacker, number 51, Brandon Berger. At safety, number 15, Tony Godbolt. At free safety, number 20, K.J. McDonald. At cornerback, number 4, Nigel Gay. And another cornerback, number 25, Cam Rice. The specialist for North Greenville, the long snapper, number 60, Hunter Haynes. The punt returner, number 4, Nigel Gay. The kick returner, number 1, Rochar Witherspoon. Number 80, Bobby Foos is the punter. Place kicker is number 39, Matt Gravely. And the holder, number 43, Dalton Pilgrim. Head coach for North Greenville in his fourth season is Mr. Jeff Farrington.
And welcome back to the North Greenville Sports Network. It is playoff time, and we're not done yet, as upsets galore have set the stage for us here in Tigerville, South Carolina, as North Greenville gets ready to take on the Tuskegee University Golden Tigers. I'm Gray Sutherland alongside Dave Parson with Ansley Brock down field side, set to bring you round 2 of the NCAA Division II playoffs out of the Southeast region. Dave, we take a look at this region. North Greenville coming in as the 6th seed, Tuskegee coming in as the 7th seed. Every game that was played in this region in round 1, the lower seed won it in an upset.
Yeah, good morning or good afternoon, Gray. We're getting close to noon here. Yeah, that just shows the parity of Division II right now. A lot of these teams are equally matched. The Crusaders coming in here today with a record of 8-4. And Tuskegee coming in with a record of 9-2 on the regular season, both having won their first round playoff games. We are expecting a beautiful game today. We do have a little bit of a wind right out of the west. It's a beautiful day, about 62 degrees right now at game time. And we're anticipating the wind not having too much of a factor on the air game, but we will keep an eye on that for you. Both teams rely a lot on their special teams. And again, we'll be updating you as the game goes on.
That's right. Tuskegee got here by upsetting the 2 seed Newberry, who North Greenville is very familiar with. Suffered a 1-point loss back in the first, well, right after the season was just getting underway. Back on the 17th of September, a 1-point loss to Newberry. So North Greenville very familiar with the Wolves. Tuskegee beat them 35-33 to get here. North Greenville upended a future Gulf South opponent, Florida Tech, 27-13.
I believe that 1-point loss also came right behind the victory that they had with the 1-point victory. And I think both those games, if I remember right, were on missed extra points. Greenville won on one that was missed, and then they lost on one that Greenville missed. So they play very equal with these Division II teams. North Greenville this year is better than I've seen. So we're anticipating a great game today. Don't know a whole lot about Tuskegee, but they have to be good to get here.
Tuskegee out of the SIAC. They finished tied for first in their division with Kentucky State, who they lost to on their homecoming day 10-9, a real defensive battle for the Golden Tigers. And Tuskegee's defense is not too shy about getting up and physical. Their leading tackler, Osmond Thompson, 123 tackles. He and Sam Houston for North Greenville are not afraid to go after the football.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on both those guys today. Sam Houston, I believe, set a record for the school earlier this year with his tackles.
He did. It was the, I believe it was the career tackle. He broke his strength coach, Andre Bernardi, broke his strength coach record.
Yeah, that was great that he was able to do that. And we're going to keep an eye on Scott today too for the Crusaders, as he's honing in on a 100-yard game today. If he can get that, he'll actually tie a consecutive game streak of 100 yards.
And the young guys have really been stepping up for North Greenville this season. Tracy Scott, you mentioned, can set that rushing record today if he gets over 100 yards. You've also got Christian Bruce. He has had several games where he has made great catches. Last week against Florida Tech, he had 6 catches for 61 yards. He wasn't the leading receiver on the team, but what he's been able to do this season against some top-ranked competition here in Division II as a freshman is really incredible. You take a look at North Greenville's quarterback, Will Hunter, last week, 18 of 29, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, and what you like to see, no interceptions, no turnovers.
Exactly, and we're anticipating that again today.
And Tuskegee upended Newberry last week. Good game for the Golden Tigers to continue their playoff run. They won their first playoff game only just last year.
Yeah. You mentioned Will Hunter earlier. He's backed up by Cullen Sneed. We've seen him come in a couple times when Hunter went down, dinged a little bit. And I've been real impressed with Colin Sneed on how he's able to take this team on his shoulders and just carry it on through. So he'll be a good backup, not only for today but also for next year coming in, as both of them are freshmen.
And speaking of carrying teams along with you, look at the quarterback for Tuskegee today, Kevin Lacey, 126 for 225 through his career, right at 44 yards shy of 2,000 yards on the year, 17 total touchdowns, and he's also not too shabby at running the football.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of the top 3 runners. Tuskegee does have a record, though, more passing yards than rushing yards, so they're pretty much close to 50-50 as far as using one to set up the other. So they're going to have to watch that real close today and see if they can get the balance that they're trying to get those backs to come back off a little bit so they can maybe go long.
And North Greenville is familiar with running quarterbacks. Newberry with Raleigh Udell. You also have Carson Newman in that triple option. Lenore Ryan, they shifted away from their triple option last year. But still, another running quarterback coming to town in this North Greenville defense. They're in their 3-4 base setup is going to have their work cut out for them again.
Yeah, I think a key today to the game is for both teams is going to be the special teams. Tuskegee's really, really good in the red zone. They've only had 4 field goals in the red zone out of their 28 times they've been there, and 24 of them have been touchdowns. So once they get in the red zone, Tuskegee is one to watch. We'll watch them very close. They have the plays set up to try to get down in and score. So I expect a high-scoring game today, really.
And here's how good the Golden Tigers special team is. They had several block kicks. They blocked 2 kicks, or they had two kicks blocked against them. But here's how good the special teams really are. You look at their punting. The freshman punter, John Picaro, is averaging 35 yards a kick, and he has forced 9 fair catches by pinning opposing teams back inside the 20. Also, they give up very little return yards, as Picaro has allowed just 11 returns on 47 punts. And if you do the math, which we don't have to because it's listed in the stat pack, but there is only a 23% chance that there's going to be a return against Tuskegee.
Right. They when they give one up, it seems like they give up something with more yards than what they allow on their average, but it's very rare that you'll see somebody bring one back. I think Rashard Witherspoon would love to take one back again 100 yards like he did in one of the early games this year.
Against Lenore Ryan, his first career kickoff return goes for 100 yards against the Bears of Lenore Ryan.
Yeah, the Golden Tigers are averaging 353 offensive yards per game in the regular season. Now, I know that they say they throw the stats out, but that's all we've got to go by right now. And that's impressive, 353 offensive yards. And they're 38.28% effective on their third down percent. So they're not afraid to just keep playing. They won't give the ball up easily.
And the Golden Tigers also limit yardage on the ground because they only give up just over 150 yards a game. So Tracy Scott, Ashton Hurd, he hasn't really been at 100% all year for NGU. So if there's going to be a game that Hurd gets back to complete full health, this might be the game.
Yeah, that combination of Hurd and Scott in the backfield, that works out pretty good for the Crusaders this year.
So a couple other players to watch for Tuskegee, the three-headed monster in Gant, Craig, and Lacey. Quarterback and receiver are two of those. Also look out for Osmond Thompson. We mentioned he's the leading tackler for the Golden Tigers. Desmond Reese is one of the big targets for Lacey. He's got 842 yards on 49 receptions for Tuskegee. Also got to look out for Javarius Cheatham and Leo Gilbert. Daryl George is big on the defensive line for the Golden Tigers. 7.5 sacks for them. Also have to look out for Jonah McCutcheon as he leads a team defensive unit with 3 interceptions. Also games going on in this region in Division II today. You'll have North Alabama and UNC Pembroke playing today. That's the 1 seed versus the 5 seed. And that will be the opponent of whoever wins this game. And North Greenville is very familiar with both those schools as they've been outscored by North Alabama and Pembroke by, I believe it's a combined total of 92 points. So North Alabama scored 52 and Pembroke scored 40. So North Greenville, they can't look ahead because you've got this game, but you know they're thinking if we win this ball game, we get a shot at them again.
Yeah, exactly.
And Tuskegee, they're thinking, hey, we're back in the playoff. Let's keep this going.
Right. Both teams are going to be facing tougher schedules now, tougher teams as they move along. That's the way these things work. So they have to step up their game, and I believe both teams have got players sitting on the bench that's just anxious to get in and show the coaching staff what they can do and help their team, move their team on to the next level of these playoffs.
North Greenville comes out in their home black jerseys and black pants with red trimmings. Also the about 90% black helmets with the red stripe down the middle and the NGU logo on the side. Tuskegee comes out in road white with maroon and gold trimmings on them and the gold maroon helmets.
We're going to be starting the pregame formalities here in just a moment with the captains meeting at the center and getting this game started for you. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us on the North Greenville Sports Network today. It is a beautiful day in Tigerville, South Carolina. And again, if you can't be here, we're glad you're with us on our broadcast. I do want to take this moment, just if I can, Gray, just for an update. The broadcast community lost one of the all-time leaders in broadcasting yesterday at age 90. Bob Chase, a longtime hockey broadcaster for the Fort Wayne Comets, passed away. He was into his 66th season with the Fort Wayne Comets, doing the same broadcasting for the same team in the same chair. And definitely a role model for me, and we're going to miss him a lot. But we're just going to keep going. That's what he would want all the other broadcasters to do. And again, we're thinking about his family today.
And really got to have a heart to do something for 65, going on 66 years.
Yeah, he was very good at what he did, too. I remember listening to him a long time ago when I was very young.
And if you hear some music noise today, the Crusader band has the weekend off since it's still part of the Thanksgiving holidays. So the Tuskegee band has made the trip up from Tuskegee, Alabama, and sits opposite us on the visitor side. They in fact occupy a third of the visitors stand. So the Tuskegee band up here to provide us with some music throughout today's ballgame.
Yeah, and it's good to see both stands filling up now. It's going to be a great game. A lot of people in attendance. I was kind of surprised when I first heard that the game was going to move to Tigerville, but the word seemed to get out to the community, and we've got a good turnout here today.
Yeah, the playoffs are interestingly organized, shall I say, because you go to the higher seed, but next week, whoever wins this game will be playing at a neutral site. And of course, if the ultimate prize is to get to the championship in Kansas City. Now we will send you over to Dr. Fred Battenfield as we will get the pregame ceremonies underway.
All of you today, would you join me in prayer? Lord, thank you for this week of Thanksgiving. We're very thankful for the country in which we live. We thank you for the freedoms that we enjoy, and we thank you for the opportunity that this athletic event gives us today to show the abilities and the character of these young men who play on this field today. We lift up to you their safety. We are thankful for everyone that has been able to join us here in Tigerville. We want to do this to your glory and your honor, and we just thank you for all that you have done this year to make an event like today possible. So we bow before you, we thank you, and we say you're great. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for sending your Son, the Lord Jesus, to save us from our sins. So today, may we do and say everything that honors you. And we pray that in the Lord's name. Amen.
And now, to honor America, we ask that you remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your hats and join in singing as we play our national anthem. Thank you very much.
That just means it's almost football time. Captains ready to go to midfield. Here they come. Captains for North Greenville today, number 22, Ashton Hurd, number 73, Michael Thomas, number 15, Tony Godbolt, number 53, Sam Houston. Captains for the Golden Tigers, number 1, Kevin Lacey, the quarterback, number 25, Jerome Lewis, number 17, Julian Morgan, and number 21, Daryl George. goes the coin toss. And Tuskegee has won the toss. And they will defer to the second half. Now teams will select which ends of the field they wish to defend. North Greenville will receive.
Yeah, they're going to take that east end of the field, play against the wind to start. The wind has kind of calmed down a little bit than what it was before we came on the air. We'll watch that, how it affects the flight of the ball.
Matt Gravely, a freshman kicker out of Pickens, South Carolina for North Greenville, has only missed 4 field goals all year, but so like you mentioned, Dave, he'll have to go into that wind.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, Gray, the key I think today is going to be the special teams, and for both sides, it's going to be keeping the other team out of the red zone. Both teams are really good in the red zone.
Ball's already blown off the tee.
Yeah, and so that's going to be a key also to keep them out of the red zone. Watch the Tuskegee offense. They seem to be really good.
Going back deep for North Greenville, number 12, Javon Smith will anchor the near side. Number 7, DeMaje Rooks will anchor the far side. Number 99, Dalton Hall will kick it all for the Golden Tigers, and he is a big boy, 6'2", 250 as a kicker. Like the Penn State.
Yeah, and with the wind, he's probably going to put it out of the end zone. We'll keep an eye on this. And we're about ready to get this thing started.
Hope you are ready for some playoff football. We are, and we are underway as Hall will send a high end-over-end kick. It will be returnable from the 4 to the 20. A good hole for number 7, DeMaje Rooks. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, so North Greenville will set up shop, first down and 10. Here comes Will Hunt, a sophomore quarterback for North Greenville. Had a fantastic game in the first round, and he is, if North Greenville can keep it going, he has a shot at reaching 3,000 yards on the year.
Yeah, keep your eye now on Cheatham and Gilbert, and also Osban Thompson.
Hunter takes a snap, handoff to Scott right side with a hole. Scott to the 40, open field, midfield. Scott to the 40, makes a cutback, makes a man miss, and finally gets dropped at the 26-yard line as Tracy Scott almost took it to the house.
Yeah, there's about 50 yards of the 100 that he wanted to get today. A good opening hole on the offensive line. A good chop push there to the tackle on the defensive side to open that hole wide up for him.
Well, that's the way North Greenville wanted to get it started, as it's 1st and 10 in Golden Tiger territory from the 26. Another handoff to Scott, and this time he doesn't get much of anything inside the 25, only just. Number 22, Devontae Ramseur on the tackle. Gains 2, will be 2nd down and 8. Waiting for Tristan Jackson, number 35, to get off the field. Now everybody gets set. All 3 receivers to the right side for Hunter. Scott behind him with a tight end also back there. Actually, it's Ashton Hurd as Hunter fakes it to him. Pass complete to Rooks. Rooks to the end zone, reaches out for it, and he's dead. No, touchdown.
Yeah, this is going to be questionable. We have one official call it in and one not. See who's going to prevail here. Looks like they are going to call it a touchdown.
Now,
put 6 on the board.
It's still Division II, but I think the only thing reviewable today is targeting calls. Now Matt Gravely on for the PAT, lines it up, boots it up, and it is good. So North Greenville takes it. That's only a 3-play drive. Tracy Scott's big run, then the setup run from Scott. Pass complete to Will Hunter to DeMaje Rooks. puts North Greenville up 7-0 here early.
Yeah, Rooks was involved in the kickoff and getting that touchdown. So he's going to be a big playmaker today for the Crusaders, it looks like. And now we're going to see what Kevin Lacey can do for Tuskegee out of Wetumpka, Alabama.
And Lacey has a all but certain chance of getting over 2,000 yards on the day. Expect to be hearing a lot of Desmond Reese's name. Don't forget, Tuskegee can also run it. Kenny Gant.
Desmond Reese also comes in with the regular season, 842 yards on 49 receptions, and has a team leading 9 touchdowns.
Gravely on for the kickoff as well. 2 return men back deep for the Golden Tigers at about their own 8. Gravely from the near side boots a line drive kick. I'll take a hop and be fielded. Here come the Golden Tigers. They get to the 20, bouncing it out to the near side, to the 30, 35, 40, and stepping out of bounds is number 8, Desmond Reese on the return. Pretty good return. Sets up Tuskegee, first down and 10. Almost at midfield. It's marked back at the... Oh, where did he step out? He stepped out at the 42.
Yeah, it was a good return that time. That low line drive kick, they're trying to keep it out of the wind, I think. And plus he is kicking into the wind, so try to keep it low like a little wedge shot in golf. Just keep it low out of the wind.
Well, here's the first look at Tuskegee for the day. I formation for Lacey, fullback in this set. As Lacey drops back to pass, throws, it is complete. And wrapped up immediately, and they're still trying to go in for the fumble as that pass was complete to number 84, to Kendrick Moncrief. Pick up a 5, second down.
The Golden Tigers are fumble prone too, Gray. They fumbled 34 times in the regular season and lost 18 of those, so they are fumble prone.
Moncrief lines up to the left side again. One receiver goes right. Same formation with the eye. Lacey under center. Second down and 5. Takes the snap. Handoff, first run play for Tuskegee, and stacked up at the 46 is the tailback. No gain on the play. You know he's still going, but forward progress ruled down at the 47. Number 32 on that carry is Kenny Gant, who we expected.
I believe it's been a busy week on both teams, looking at team films to try to get used to each other, find out what their strengths and weaknesses are.
They give Gant a yard. It'll be third down and 4. 2 receiver set, one left, one right. I formation for Lacey. Checks the sideline again. Play clock down to 5, down to 2, gets it off. They'll run left side, option out to the tailback, and going nowhere is Gant.
Looked like Studevance on the tackle that time. He read that play very well.
Also, how about number 90, Anthony Blair, defensive lineman, has some hustle.
And now we're going to see those special teams again. This time Tuskegee will have the wind at their back.
Number 9, the freshman punter, John Picaro, for the Golden Tigers. North Greenville rushes 3. Picaro gets it away. It forces Gay back to the 11. He has a shot to return. Gay stutter steps and gets pursued nicely and wrapped up at the 11-yard line. A great pursuit by the Golden Tigers special teams. Nowhere to go for Gay.
Yeah, early in the game like this, you can test out to see what kind of coverage they're going to have on their punts. I believe that time he learned a little lesson that he probably should have just called for a fair catch and took the ball where it was, because I think he lost 4 or 5 yards.
Now North Greenville, their first drive of the ball game, Tuskegee gave them a football, and Will Hunter said, "Thank you very much." Took it to the end zone, and DeMaje Rooks took it in for 6. Now wishbone set for Hunter, flanked by One tight end left, one tight end right. They run Scott right side, picks up a good block. Scott breaks it to the 15, and he's wrapped up out of bounds by Osben Thompson, the linebacker, their leading tackler, and Eugene Leach.
Interesting formation that time for the Golden Tigers. They have no one deep. If Will Hunter decides to go deep and sends one like the tight end, send him right to the post pattern, I believe he'd have something.
Now Tuskegee's not dropping any safeties back. As now they drop one safety back, but that looks like it's going to be it. Two receivers left, pistol set for Hunter. Scott behind him, they run Scott up the middle. And Scott dives forward to the 20, and he's still going to be a yard short of the first down, but it'll be third down and a long 2 to go. Three receivers head left, Mason Sanders, Javon Smith, and Christian Bruce. Now it's Tristan Jackson, the bruising short yardage back in. Tuskegee brings pressure. They run Jackson left side, gets across the 20, first down and more, across the 30 to the 34 as Tristan Jackson keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, that time our old friend Amon Lindsay cleared out on the left guard side and opened that hole up in the offense.
We'll line it up again, 1st and 10 from the 34. Hunter still pistol set, two receivers right, one left. Fakes the handoff, Hunter looking down the middle, pass complete to Christian Bruce into Golden Tiger territory at the 44.
Without that safety back there, he still had good coverage on Tuskegee. Stayed with his man all the way, but the pass was right on target.
That's Christian Bruce's first catch of the game, had 6 last week. Freshman's campaign continues as he limps off the field. Doesn't look too bad as he's hanging on to that left knee. 3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. Hunter takes a snap, handoff Ashton Hurd. Hurd up the middle, driving his way to the 40, down to the 39. It's going to be important to see how Hurd looks today. Looked okay there.
Yeah, physically he looks fine, and I believe the Golden Tigers are keying in on him.
Now trips to the right for Hunter with Hurd behind him. As Hunter looks to pass, right side, pass complete. Javon Smith breaks it free at the 30 to the 20, 15, breaks another tackle and finally tripped up at the 12. Will Hunter has come out firing for NGU early as North Greenville is right back in the red zone. Smith giving progress to the 10, so should be 1st and goal. Or no, it is on the 11, so still only 1st down and 10. North Greenville needs to get to the 1. Tristan Jackson in the backfield with Scott and Hunter. They'll run Scott left side. He gets to the 10, thrown forward to the 9 as he picks up 2. Halfway through the first quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Movement up front as Hunter throws it to the end zone for Sanders, and it's incomplete as he had a defender all over him. And there is a flag, more than likely for offsides.
Yeah, tried to use Sanders' height that time. It was a good call. I believe they had a call in the end zone too. Might have been an offensive foul there.
Yeah, there's 1 flag at the line, which that's probably offsides. And can't tell. There is 1 in the end zone. Yes, there is. So here's a call.
We have multiple fouls, all sides. Defense, that penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 16. That penalty was in the end zone, results in a play, 1st and goal on the 2-yard line.
Darnell Hill never turned around to look for the football.
Yeah, once again, Will Hunter trying to use the height of Sanders. He had him on the left side earlier in some of those plays just as a decoy, and that time he went to him on the right side.
So North Greenville declines the offsides. They take the pass interference from the 2. Handoff Scott up the middle. Bouncing off Golden Tigers down to maybe the 1, and that's it. They give Scott to the 1, so second down and goal to go from the 1.
Yeah, I believe they're going to put it on the 20-inch line.
Or the imaginary half-yard line.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist. Pistol set for Hunter. Handoff to Scott. Up the middle. Gets hit from behind. Lunges forward. And Tuskegee throws him back for a yard loss.
Great defensive play this time by Tuskegee. 2 plays back-to-back. They had it all the way. Give that defensive line good credit. They're going to earn a little rest here in a few minutes, I think, and they're going to definitely need it. They're playing very hard.
Now it's third down and goal. Tuskegee cramming everybody into the box. Hunter barks out the hard count, checks the sideline again. He's got 2 receivers out right. Scott still in the backfield. Heavy tight end presence to the right side of the line. Scott takes it up the middle, dives to the goal line. He is in. Touchdown, NGU.
Yeah, it's still early. Tuskegee's not down too far. 13-0 right now. And still got some time left in the first quarter. Plenty of time to come back. I think Tuskegee just has to get their act together and get their offense gathered up on the field and say, let's go, guys.
Now we're only 6:38 left to go in the first quarter as Gravely boots the PAT up and through. So the early lead for North Greenville is 14. Also, you've got other playoff games going on. They either start at 12 or 1. NCAA likes to keep everybody playing right around the same time, so there's not too much delay in finding out who your opponent will be. Also going on in other regions around the country, the 3rd seed Shepherd leads LIU Post 7-0. And Colorado Mines, the 6th seed, taking on Ferris State, the 2 seed. They lead 7-0. Other games set to go or start at 1 o'clock. North Alabama, UNC Pembroke, California, Pennsylvania, and Indiana, Pennsylvania. Northwest Missouri State taking on Emporia State at 2. Sioux Falls at Harding. You've got Grand Valley State, Texas A&M at Commerce. North Greenville looking for their 2nd ever trip to the quarterfinals. The only other time they went to the playoffs was back in 2011. Clemson transfer Willie Korn took them there as Gravely boots a pooch kick high, and Tuskegee drops it at the 35. North Greenville pounces on it, and it is going to be, hold the phone, North Greenville ball.
Very interesting call that time on the kickoff. I noticed that when Gravely went back to kick off, he only took about 2 steps back. I looked for an onside kick, which it kind of was. It was about a midfield kick. But very interesting that they had that call, and it worked out great for the Crusaders.
That just shows you how bad the wind is. Gravely booted that one 20 feet in the air, and it just died.
Yeah, that ball did hang up in the wind for a long time and allowed the special teams to get down and get on that ball as soon as he dropped it.
Yeah,
again, as we mentioned earlier, I think this is going to be a special teams game today.
North Greenville likes turnovers. They picked off the Florida Tech quarterback twice last week. So Tuskegee defense right back on the field, and North Greenville with what you'd think would be most of the momentum right now. Excellent field position from the Tuskegee 34. Hunter fakes the handoff to Hurd. Hunter looks to the right side, has to tight end Foose, who hauls it in at the 15. And Bobby Foose with a first down catch. Tight end out of Chesney doing what he does best.
Yeah, Bobby Foose proving that he's multi-player. He can be a receiver, and he can also be a good punter too.
He surprised a lot of folks up at Tusculum College. Not many people seen a tight end that fast. As pistol set for Hunter, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap, hands it off to Hurd. Hurd up the middle in traffic. Falls forward down to the 12. Picks up 2, second down.
Crusaders have had more success going to their left than to their right. I think Will Hunter is more comfortable to his right, but on the success basis, the left side seems to be the way to go. And you got Mason Sanders way over to the left again.
Yeah, you do. We've also got DeMaje Rooks over there. Smith is over here on the right side. They run Hurd right side. Hurd finds a hole to the 10. Bangs into a defender and rolls his way down inside the 5 to the 4. And from here, it looks like that's going to put North Greenville in another 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, Ashton Hurd showing what he does best. Just lower that shoulder and keep going.
And he did not get the markers are right next to each other, but they're calling 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and a millimeter. Hunter with Hurd behind him, 2 receivers left. They run Hurd to the left side. Hurd takes a shot from behind, falls forward, and it's going to depend on the spot as he's right at the 4, but so is the marker.
That's another North Greenville!
And the scoreboard showing 1st down, and Hurd did get it, so it's 1st and goal from the 4.
Tracy Scott for the Crusaders standing right behind the coach. He's not in the game. I haven't seen him in any of these plays.
As it's Hunter on the keeper, left side, takes a shot from a defender, falls forward into the end zone. 1 official's at the goal line, 1's at the 1. Hunter wants a touchdown, and he gets it.
Gray, from my vantage point, it looked like he fumbled it in the end zone, and possibly Mason Sanders might have jumped on it.
That is a very similar play to what happened to Tennessee against App State. Dobbs takes a shot, fumbles it in the end zone, and somehow Jalen Hurd falls on it, so it might have been what just happened there.
Yeah, we should get an official update here in just a few moments.
Matt Gravely on for his 3rd PAT this quarter, and not yet. Don't see any flags.
Yeah, flag was really late. He dropped it right at the goal line.
Yep, there it is. It's
Legal substitution. Defense, 12 men in the formation. That penalty is declined. Retry.
Giving Matt Gradley a little practice there.
Gravely kicking out of the hold of the tight end Jordan Helms. And now it is spotted down basically to the 1-yard line, so it now is truly an extra point. Helms calls for it. Gravely boots it up. He's got it. North Greenville continues to stretch it out, 21-0, 4:52 to go here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, we're still early in the first quarter at 4:52, 21-0. And I believe the Golden Tigers are going to have to be a little concerned now. I don't think they have to panic, but being down 3 scores early in this game makes a little bit bigger hole to come out of. I believe they can do it. I've seen the turnaround a lot bigger than this. The Crusaders are just going to have to keep their defense up.
Both these teams are looking to get to the quarterfinals and then past them. Tuskegee's last appearance was back in 2015. They've had 2, so this would be, I believe, their 3rd, as they also lost in the quarterfinals, 35-6 to West Georgia. North Greenville, the lone postseason appearance back in 2011, a loss to Delta State, 28-23.
Once again, we thank you. Issue a thank you to our viewers and listeners on the North Greenville Sports Network, both our NGU fans and those viewing from our competitors. It's our goal to bring you all the action and commentary in a fair and impartial way, and to highlight the positive of both teams. Please feel free to invite friends and family to join us, and contact the NGU administration office with comments and or suggestions.
Gravely's kick makes it back to the 15. Moncrief on the return and gets buried as he crosses the 30 out to the 34. So Gravely boots that one up into the wind, and it actually gained some headway. So Tuskegee back out for their 3rd drive of the ball game, and they have struggled early. See if head coach for Tuskegee, Willie Slater, settled his team down as they go shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 1 right. One goes in motion from left to right, so make it 2 on the right side. As Lacey rolls out to the left side, looks down the field, throws it over the middle, down the field, one-on-one coverage, and it is picked off. Nigel Gay picks it off at the 10. He's on the return to the 30, to the 40, 45, midfield for Gay, breaks the tackle to the 45, 40, and finally gets dropped at the Tuskegee 39.
Now Lacey tried to get that one in. I thought he might be going to number 8. Desmond Reese, who's the main receiver for the Tuskegee team, but I think the wind just kind of fooled him a little bit because, again, that ball just kind of hung up once he got it in the air.
Nigel Gay with the over-the-shoulder interception and a pretty sizable return puts North Greenville right back into Golden Tiger territory at the 30, ball spotted to the 38.
And with 4:23 to go in the first quarter now, Tuskegee has to be careful here. They don't allow another score.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Hunter. They will run Scott right side, gets some blocks up front. Scott to the 35, spins around and finally gets put to the turf at the 33. Pick up a 5, be second down. Scott continues to pile up those yards. With that run, he's at 67. He needs to get to 100 to break a rushing, the 100-yard consecutive rushing yards. That makes sense. Two receivers right, 1 left. Scott stays in the ball game at tailback. Tuskegee brings pressure. Hunter looks left, throws that way, and it is dropped by Javon Smith as the ball and the defender, Julian Morgan, got there at the same time. Third down.
Great coverage that time by Tuskegee. Had that play read all the way.
Third down, North Greenville needs to get inside the Tuskegee 28. Hunter, shotgun set, 4-receiver set, looks right, sets up the screen as it is complete. First down yardage for number 7 for North Greenville. Demaje Rooks gets it down to the 22. Tuskegee had a shot at blowing that one up. He just had a block by, I believe that was one of the right side lineman, number 56, Cameron Stepp, getting out on the outside. Hunter shifts back to the pistol, 3 receivers left as he hands it off. Scott plows his way up the middle, gets inside to the 20, to the 19. And he picks up 3 more.
Crusaders seem to be happy with just staying on the ground now for a while with this 21-0 lead. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Just kind of ride this first quarter out and see what you get with the win next quarter.
3 receivers split out wide left. Now Hunter starting to run that hard count more as the season has progressed. Used to see Nelson Hughes, a 5-year starter here at NGU, do it almost every play. Hunter gets set again, 5 on the play clock. Takes a snap, quick pass out to complete to Rooks. Rooks inside the 10. Rolled down at the 9 and back into the red zone where North Greenville has been 3 times already today. This would make it number 4, and they have scored touchdowns so far on all their trips. First and goal from the 9.
Still early for Tuskegee to put the goal line defense in, but they're going to have to do something to keep the Crusaders out now. They're running the score up 21-0, so they're going to have to knuckle up here.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tight end joins Hunter in the backfield. He hands off to Scott, runs it opposite side of the tight end as Tuskegee pursues Scott. Well, that time, no gain on the play, second down. trying to umpile everybody as there were 4 Tigers on that one tackle alone.
Looked like student body left that time, and it left a wide open right side. And I think they're kind of looking at the coaching staff saying, hey, what are we going to do here?
4 receiver set again, 2 left, 2 right. Hunter looks to the right side, now back to the middle, throws it left. Sanders complete to the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown.
He's in, yeah. That's what Sanders has been waiting on all year.
Well, when you're 6'6", you can definitely stretch it out. One official came running in back at the 3. Almost thought he had stepped out of bounds, but Sanders stretches from the 2, gets it in, and North Greenville looking for another PAT here from the foot of Matt Gravely. Snap is down, Gravely boots it up. And Gravely makes his 4th PAT of the quarter, and North Greenville has come out firing 28-0, a minute 16 to go in the first quarter.
And you have to know that the other teams now are starting to watch the scoreboard and seeing this score come up saying, whoa, what's going on up at Tigerville?
A couple of other scores from around the playoff community. Ferris State has retaken the lead from Colorado Mines 10-7. And only 3 games going on right now as LIU Post has tied it up against Shepherd at 7. We have 4 games set to start at 1 and 1 game set to start at 2. Of course, we are here in the southeast region, and the ultimate goal for every team still alive in the D2 playoffs is that field in Kansas City. Tuskegee is also very familiar with UNC Pembroke. They actually beat the Braves early in the season. 21-16 win for the Golden Tigers.
Here's that same setup again, Gray. 2 steps back for Gravely.
Yeah, he is right on the football as he will send a high pooch kick again to the near side. Fair catch called for, and he bobbled it again. You have one of those linemen up there, number 56, Devorius Thomas. He's listed as a linebacker, maybe not used to catching those footballs on returns.
Well, 50% success rate on that play just gives the coaching staff a little something to go by and say, well, put it in the books and we'll try it again later.
And it's a good thing for Tuskegee he held on to that one because, again, there were 4 Crusaders right in the neighborhood. So Tuskegee from their own 35, 1st and 10. 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right, and Lacey coming out now in the pistol set. Takes the snap and options out to the left side, and his receiver has it, and he gets spun down at the 38 as shuffle pass to Desmond Reese nets him 4-5 yards.
Reese proving he can not only catch the ball for yardage, he can run a little bit too after he gets the ball.
Had 1 block set out there on the left side, got past it, and then North Greenville was able to track him down. 2nd down and 6. As now Tuskegee lining up similar to the way North Greenville does with a fullback now to the right side of the quarterback. Receiver goes in motion from left to right. It's a sweep to the receiver, Reese. Reese gets past the line and has the Tuskegee 1st down. And boy, did the Golden Tigers need that. Something positive as they keep it going. Out to the 47, 1st down and 10.
One thing we have not seen yet today, Greg, is Kevin Lacey running with the ball. Kind of surprised with the score like it is coming to the end of the first quarter that he hasn't taken off with it.
Yeah, Raleigh Udell for Newberry certainly did that a lot. As 2 receivers, 1 goes right, 1 goes left. A pistol set, fullback to the left side of Lacey, tailback right behind him. Lacey looks to take off. Here we go. He cuts it back up the middle and gets upended right at midfield, as that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. What a first quarter it has been. It has all been in North Greenville's court as the Crusaders pile on 28 points in that quarter of play. So North Greenville leads at 28-0 as we head to the second quarter. Tuskegee will have it 2nd down and 7 from midfield when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here on the North Greenville Sports Network, ready for quarter 2 of play. Here in the second round of the NCAA Division II playoffs, North Greenville taking on Tuskegee. And Tuskegee right now getting some positive momentum going as we have, I think, a slight clock malfunction. And that's fixed, we're ready to go. 2nd down and 7 for the Golden Tigers. Lacey in the pistol. Takes the snap and will look to pass. Looks left side. Pass complete to his tailback out of the backfield. And he picks up the 1st down on his own as Kenny Gant shows off his legs and picks up a Tiger 1st down to the 42. Now Tuskegee has definitely changed up their game plan. Normally it was, in the first quarter, it was down the middle throws and trying to run it up the middle. Now they're starting to branch out and test the outsides, and they are finding a wealth of yardage out there. From the 42, option out to Gant, right side, gets pursued and cut down back at the 45. That'll be a loss of 4 on the play, as it is number 53, Sam Houston, who barrels his way to the tailback.
Sam Houston doing what he's been doing best all year now, getting more of those tackles. He had that one read all the way. It was right there on the spot for that loss.
Well, they spot the ball forward a yard, so Gant only a loss of 3 on the play. Those option plays can be dangerous. You can't, it's a difficult, tedious operation to run both the quarterback and the pitch man. North Greenville able to win the gamble there as Lacey rolls out left, looks down the field, throws, and it is dropped by his man who was open at the 30, and it's Javarius Cheatham who can't haul it in. And now 3rd down and long for the Golden Tigers from the NGU 44. Tuskegee still huddled up as the play clock rolls down to 10. Now they break it. Everybody gets set. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Shotgun set for Lacey with 3 on the play clock. Gets it off, drops back, looks over the middle, throws, and it is knocked away by Tony Godbolt, number 15.
Yeah, Reese was the intended receiver, and he's been the go-to guy for Tuskegee earlier in the year. Most of the receptions, his number 8 on it. At that time, it was a good play and timed just right, no call.
Yeah, Reese wanted the flag, but bang, bang play like that, defender gets there at the same time as the football. Now this could be dangerous as John Picaro comes on for the kick. Nigel Gay at his own 10, but Picaro is kicking into the wind. North Greenville rushes 3. Picaro gets a nice high kick off. Gay comes up to field it at the 16. Well, North Greenville has had less than ideal field position to start this game on their drives, but it really hasn't bothered them as they've marched down the field with not really much problem. pushed back to their own 16. Let's see what the Tuskegee defense has in store here for the second quarter.
Hunter now has the wind to his back. We'll see if he can take advantage of the wind and get some of these open receivers downfield.
Hunter pistol set, all three receivers right side. He fakes the handoff to Scott, rolls out right, looks to air it up down the field for Sanders, and it is incomplete as he overthrew Sanders by a good 3 yards.
And once again, I think that wind caught that ball. Just took it farther down than he thought it would.
Yeah, Sanders trying to run the post route down the right side. Had the right idea, but yeah, I agree with you there, Dave. Wind just grabbed a hold of that one and pushed it.
Notice the flags are now flying almost straight out, so that wind has picked up too.
And the American flag behind the scoreboard in the west end zone is about straight out. Hunter takes this snap, handoff to Scott, straight up the middle, breaks a tackle. Another good run for Scott. Gets it out to the 23, and that will set North Greenville up with a third down, about 4 yards. Now 3, third down and 3. Scott picks up 7 as he has crested the 70-yard mark on the day. 3 receivers right. Now they bring Bruce in motion from right to left. Hunter in the gun, takes the snap, looks right side, pass complete. He threw it low, and it's dropped by Javon Smith, and so that will be the first 3 and out for NGU.
Crusaders number 44, Chauncey Haney on the sideline. Looks like he was getting some equipment work. I thought it might be the training staff over there, but I believe it was an issue with his equipment.
Reese back to return Bobby Foos's first punt of the day. He has the wind to his back, and he will take advantage of that one as he launches it across the 20, and it's going to carry all the way to the end zone. All that way for a touchback.
He definitely had his foot into it, and that wind just helped it out that much more.
Now that's going to set Tuskegee up at the 20. Head coach for North Greenville, Jeff Farrington, probably have to tell Foose, dial it back some. Tuskegee breaks the huddle, first down and 10 from their own 20. Looking for the end zone. They had some promise on their last drive, but it stalled out around the North Greenville 40. As split back set, Lacey fakes the handoff, takes off, and that's not Lacey, that's a Wildcat set. And got about a yard on it.
Crusaders safety all over Reese that time. Definitely taking away that play.
So Tuskegee has gone Wildcat as they are going direct snaps to some of their receivers, as Lacey is not in there. They have a tailback and a fullback and can't quite make out the number of who is quarterbacking right now. As he looks to pass far side, it is complete, and his receiver is drilled as that was complete to Reese, and it is Jamarcus Ezell out there now for Tuskegee.
Yeah, Ezell is out of Demopolis, Alabama, too. Listed here as a backup quarterback.
So Ezell trying to breathe new life into this Golden Tiger offense, the freshman to Lacey senior. Third down and 3 after the catch by Reese. 2 receivers right, Ezell in the pistol set, fullback to his left. Takes a snap, he takes off. Ezell gets stopped short as he got 2 out of the 3 they needed. Tony Godbolt came on the blitz. He ran right into, that was number 98. No, that's a 90. That's Anthony Blair. And Tuskegee's going to have to kick it away, but I wouldn't put it past them to maybe try a fake here. They only need 2. Nigel Gay back at his own 37. Picaro, high snap, brings it down and almost gets it blocked by Godbolt, but it is a wobbly kick, and it will take a Golden Tiger hop at the 47 and roll to the 45, and I'm not so sure that Godbolt didn't. He might have gotten a piece of that.
Just an update, too, on the Tuskegee sideline. Number 1, Lacey, is on the sideline. He doesn't seem to be injured or anything. He does not have his helmet with him. And just walking around over there like he may not play the rest of the first half. Surely that's not going to be the case.
Lawrence Greenville comes out with the wishbone set. Jackson to Hunter's left and Bobby Foose to his right. Hunter takes the snap, hands off to Ashton Hurd. Hurd has a hole on the left side and gets thrown down at the Tuskegee 49 as Quavon Taylor grabbed a hold of him but slung him forward for 3 more yards.
Actually, on that tackle was number 1. That might have been Lacey playing defense. Am I seeing this right?
I think they have 2 number 2s. They have two number 1s.
Okay, that could Quavon Taylor. That could be him. Yeah.
Hand off to Hurd's. Got a hole off the left side again, and a flag comes out, and it's not in a good neighborhood for North Greenville. This might be coming back.
Holding, 73, offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Oh, you can hear that wind on the ref's mic too. The hold occurred away from the play. Hurd ran left, and the hold was over on the right side of the line, but still called. That'll make it 2nd down and 14 after the first down run by Hurd. He stays in the ballgame at tailback as 2 receivers split out right for Hunter. Jackson also still in the ballgame, lining up at fullback. Hunter takes it, fakes the handoff, looks to the right side, throws, and it is incomplete as his defender or his receiver slipped. Intended for Javon Smith, and that will bring up 3rd down and long. Saw this a lot in the Carson Newman game. Everybody's starting to slip out there now.
It's about the first time that the Crusaders have had a challenge on the field with some more distance than what they're used to. 9:13 to go in the first half.
They've got to get all the way to the Golden Tiger 45 as 3 receivers go right. Hunter in the gun, drops back to pass. Pressured, scrambles out right. Has all day to run. He takes off, gets to midfield, and bang, down, and he fumbles it. And Tuskegee picks it up, but he is called down. You don't want to see your quarterback take shots like that. And, well, now they're conferencing up about it, and yeah, call on the field reversed. It's 1st down Tuskegee. But he's still called down at where Hunter went down at the 49. Well, it still benefits the Golden Tigers because even though you don't get the return on the recovery, you still set up with very good field position as opposed to where the punt would have had them. 1st down and 10 from the 49 at the Crusader side of the field. Ezell in the gun, 3 receivers right. Looks to throw, looks right, takes a hit as he's thrown, and it's incomplete, and a flag comes out.
Yeah, they're gonna call that a helmet to helmet. Yeah, that one's not going to be well received, but I believe it was the right call. He hit him hard, just face to face.
Desmond Reese was the intended target, and KJ McDonald has the penalty marker thrown against him.
Yeah, Reese will pick up at least 15 more here.
The officials are having a very long talk about this. Well, the official's mic is not working anymore, but KJ McDonald has been ejected for targeting.
Well, this is definitely going to bring the Crusader crowd to life now, and they're going to try to get their defense to step up one more.
Tuskegee 1st and 10 from the 33. Azell, quick pass out to the far side, complete to Reese as he is upended at the 25, and so Tuskegee, after the fumble by Hunter and a couple of penalties, is having a very good drive. Pick up of 8, it'll be 2nd down and 2. Two receivers right and 2 left for Azell. Still in the gun. Azell takes off up the middle. Defender guarding him slips, and Azell takes a shot from behind, but he gets the 1st down to the 22.
Looked like Bernie was the one that caught him from behind that time.
New set of downs for the Golden Tigers halfway through the 2nd quarter. 4 receivers set for Azell. Gant to his left. Takes a snap, looks over the middle, now turns right, throws it, pass is incomplete. Intended for Moncrief, and the ball and Nigel Gay got there at about the same time. Gay able to stick a hand and knock it away.
One thing of note is first half we've seen the Crusaders take away the pass game for the Golden Tigers. They've had to rely on the run game more than the passing game. I look to see more out of Reese in the 2nd half.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. 4 receivers set still for Azell. Takes a snap, drops back, looks over the middle, gets pressured, steps up, takes off. Azell to the 15 and down to the 13, and he has another 1st down. And there is a flag back at the 27. Holding against Tuskegee will negate the 1st down.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate call. They had something going here. Tuskegee was moving the ball, and that kind of puts a little bit of a stop to it. See if they can pull the offense back together now and get something going.
Well, we talked about Kevin Lacey and how we expected to see him run it a lot, but here comes a freshman, Jamarcus Azell, and all of a sudden he's taking off every other play.
The last play that I saw Lacey on, he ran the ball to his left. And I don't know if it was an injury that's taking him out or not. He's just standing on the sideline.
2nd down and 20 plus for Tuskegee. 3 receivers to the right for Azell. He rolls out left, looks down the field, turns, sets, throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Moncrief. Threw it high, it'll be 3rd down, and scoreboard showing 15. you're just joining us, North Greenville is missing one of their senior starters on the defensive side of the ball. The starting safety, number 20, KJ McDonald, just ejected for targeting a few plays ago. His backup is listed as number 32, Azende Dixon, 5'8" freshman. It's third down for Tuskegee and 19. Azell looking to throw. Throws over the middle. It is intercepted by Nigel Gay. No, that's not Nigel Gay, as that is number 6, Jeremiah Ferguson. The inside linebacker out of Southside High School from Greenville, South Carolina. And Azell threw it right to him, never even saw him. So the drive cut short again for Tuskegee. 28-0 North Greenville leads at 7:07 to play here in the second quarter. Let's see if Will Hunter and company can re-energize themselves, as North Greenville has been held to a couple of 3-and-outs on their past drives. Hunter hands off to Scott. Scott trying to cut up the middle, and he gets a yard at best as he was greeted by number 5, Osborne Thompson. Now they're trying to test Thompson, and he is not disappointing.
Looking on the sideline on the Tuskegee side, Lacey's still standing there talking to the coach, but he doesn't even have his helmet, so I don't expect to see him anymore this first half.
3 receivers left for Hunter in the pistol, with Foose joining him in the backfield ahead of Tracy Scott. Second down and 8. They run Scott left again. And he tries to cut it up the middle, gets to the 25, so another yard. And it's going to be third down and 7 as North Greenville trying to, suddenly the run game has collapsed in on itself. Third down coming up, 7 to go. 2 receivers right and 1 left for Hunter. Tristan Jackson now in the backfield. Hunter now shifts to the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to the right side, now turns back left, throws it down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Intended for Mason Sanders, and everybody wanting a pass interference, but none given.
Yeah, I was watching the play, Gray, on this side, and Sanders was pushed out of bounds. And he would have had to establish himself coming back in. But that was what they were trying to get to call, was he was forced out of bounds and taken out of the play early.
Yeah,
and it definitely was past the 5 yards down the field.
You can do that as long as you are forced out of bounds. You can rejoin the field of play. But another drive for North Greenville stalls after 28 points put up on the scoreboard in the first quarter. Bobby Foose back on for a second punt of the day, kicking away to Moncrief. Tuskegee rushes 3. Foose gets a line drive kick that will be returnable from Moncrief from the 35 with a good hold at midfield. Moncrief finally dragged down at the 45 by the man who just intercepted that last pass, Jeremiah Ferguson. And Tuskegee again set up with excellent field position, but can they capitalize this time?
Yeah, 5:23 to go in the first half. They're going to have to put something together. Lacey is back into the game now.
And give your senior quarterback a couple of drives to rest, relax, and settle down. One receiver left, 1 right. Looks like the pistol set for Lacey with Gant behind him. Fullback to his right. First and 10 as Lacey drops back to pass, forced to scramble. Has daylight in front of him, he throws it, pass is complete. And his receiver steps out of bounds at the 35 as Javarius Cheatham catches it, and Tuskegee rolls again for another first down.
Once again, we thank you for being with us on the North Greenville Sports Network. Invite you to stay around at halftime for some entertainment from the Tuskegee band has come over from Alabama today, and they're getting ready at the end zone.
AC rolls out left, throws it down the field, has a man open again as Cheatham has suddenly come from nowhere, and another Tuskegee first down. North Greenville's defensive backs have started dropping back. They're keeping the receivers in front of them, but that route, Cheatham gained 11. You can't do that every play. Or you can't give that up. Tuskegee rolling here late in the second quarter, looking for the goal line. They're on the edge of the red zone. Two receivers set for Lacey, looks right, throws that way as it is complete again to Cheatham, and he has had 3 straight completions, all of them for gains of 11. He has another first down. Tuskegee gets set again. They shift back to the I the way they started today. 2 receivers left. Lacey under center, handoff to Gant, up the middle and dropped for a loss. Number 90, Anthony Blair, comes from the side and wraps him up.
Yeah, somebody on the offensive line missed an assignment because he came in unimposed at all. Nobody touched him all the way to the running back.
Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be second down and 11. Tuskegee shuffling a couple of receivers on the field. They break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. 1 man left, 1 man right. Pistol set for Lacey with Gant behind him at tailback. Takes a snap, and Lacey looking for the keeper. No, he's going to throw it up to the end zone, and it is batted away, incomplete. Looking out there for Cheatham again, as he has had 3 straight pass completions this drive. That one to the turf incomplete. Third down.
Cheatham had the height advantage that time, but the ball was just a little bit over his head. He had to jump high for it, and it was just a little bit out of his reach. I think that wind again affected that flight of the ball.
Now he is 6'4". One man left, 1 man right again, as Lacey takes a snap. Rolls out to the left side, looking for the end zone, and now he takes off and dragged out of bounds at the 7-yard line. He will be short of the line to gain. Being up 4th down, Tuskegee down 28, 2:55 to go in the second quarter. You get the ball to start the second half. Go for it.
Yeah, I think they probably do. Again, I think this is the first time they've been in the red zone. But they were 24 out of 28 in the regular season with touchdowns in the red zone. So they scored all the times they were in the red zone. So they had to have had 4 field goals. I'm not sure what kind of kicker they've got for their field goals, but he must have been pretty accurate to get those 4 inside the red zone.
Plus, if you don't get it, North Greenville's going to take over from inside their own 10. 4th down, and Tuskegee's going to need 5. I formation for Lacey. He'll roll out right. They do a reverse, back left. The receiver dives for the first down and gets it. As that was Reese.
Yeah, Reese got the ball on that pitch back. He got the first down. They're going to get 4 chances now to push it over for about a yard. Once again, they've got almost a perfect record of scoring in the red zone, so I would not be surprised here if we don't see Lacey just carry it in himself.
Tuskegee right now has an opportunity for 14 points if they can hold North Greenville out for the final 2 minutes. First down and goal from Tuskegee for Tuskegee from the 1. Handoff to the fullback, up the middle, to the goal line, and the Golden Tigers are on the board. And Jerome Lewis into the end zone, as Lewis, another big guy for the Golden Tigers.
With Lacey handing that ball off, I'm a little bit surprised. I think he might just be a little bit dinged up, and he just didn't want to take any chances carrying that ball himself into the end zone.
Now on for the PAT. Up. And good for number 99, Dalton Hall. And Tuskegee chips into the lead, 28-7. Minute 56 to go. Now Tuskegee does have the option to receive the second half kickoff, so really a chance for that 14 play, but North Greenville's offense has been really quiet since that first quarter. The 28 points they posted up are still the same 28 that are showing on the board. They are in danger of being shut out here for the second quarter.
I think the coaching staff is a little bit concerned now with the offense on the Crusaders sideline, because they did kind of let their foot off the accelerator a little bit. And as you like to say, Greg, they hammer down all the time. And they just can't do that. This Tuskegee team is too good. Can't give them a chance to come back like that.
Seen it too many times where a team lets up and then the opposing team fights their way back into it. Can't do that.
Should be an interesting kickoff now because they're going to fight the wind. They can't give North Greenville anything short, so they have to go as long as they can, but that wind's going to hold that ball up.
And now Tuskegee into the wind. Hall will attempt to boot this one deep as it dies in the wind, fielded on the run by Demaje Rooks, and Rooks gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Down by number 56, DeMorris Thomas.
Tuskegee last week against Newberry, they were trailing at the end of the first quarter 3-0. Then the Golden Tigers scored 3 times. Newberry only found the end zone once. Tuskegee led at halftime 21-10. And then the Golden Tigers were outscored 23-14 in the second half, but were able to hold on for the 2-point win.
There was a call on the field too, Gray. I couldn't hear the referee's mic, but looks like they're maybe going to kick this thing off again.
I'll retry the kick. Must have been offsides, because that's the only thing I can think that you would retry the kick for, and it was offsides against Tuskegee. Well, that's probably the best option. You force them back even more so you can set up even better field position.
That play ran off about 4 seconds on the clock, still with 1:52 to go. Crusaders should have good field position to see if they can get another score, at least a field goal.
That win has not let up. In fact, it's probably increased even more. Now Hall has the daunting task of booting it away from his own 30.
Interesting looking at the ball too, Gray. He's got it pointed toward the wind as opposed to pointing back toward him.
And
it blows off the tee.
Good call, good call. To bring somebody in to hold it. No, not yet.
I think that was Cheatham that came over to attempt to hold it, but they're going to try it one more time. Again, he's got that ball leaning forward.
Well, he'll take his 10-yard run up, and it will stay up, and it hits the wind and dies at the 20. Returnable for, now it is Smith. Smith stays on his feet, looks for a hole on the near side, needs a block, cuts it back, gets to the 35, falls to the 38 as Smith makes the best out of what he was given, and North Greenville will set up 1st and 10 with 1:41 to go in the first half.
Yeah, 18 yards on that return. We were discussing earlier that Tuskegee doesn't allow a whole lot of yards on punts and kickoffs, but when they do, it's usually substantial. And again, that one looked like it came back to them a little bit.
Now North Greenville, you need something positive here in the second quarter. The 28 points that are on the scoreboard for the Crusaders are the same 28 they scored in the first quarter. As Hunter looks to the near side, now looks back right, pass complete to Smith, and Smith breaks a tackle, gets to midfield and thrown out of bounds in Golden Tiger territory, and a late flag will come out at the 48.
Yeah, that'll be an unsportsmanlike, and they'll get a few more yards after that. Golden Tigers aren't real happy with the play over there, or at least with the call.
Personal foul, late hit against the Golden Tigers. I think the officials' mic has gone down for the day. Also give them 15 more.
With Matt Gravely's foot, they're just about into his field goal range. I've seen him kick them from around 55 to 60 in practice, and with the wind at his back, he might have an attempt here if they can't get it in.
Hunter hands it off to Hurd. Hurd breaks it to the 33. And Tuskegee starting to dial in on that rushing attack for North Greenville. As Crusaders slow to get up. One of the linemen gets back up, and now they've got another lineman hobbling off. Casey Stewart heads to the sideline with no assistance, but he'll head to the bench to take a seat. 4 receivers set for Hunter, 2 left, 2 right. Hurd stays in at tailback. Hunter takes a snap, looks left, throws that way, sets up the screen to Rooks. Rooks to the 30, 25, breaks a tackle and gets it inside to the 19. First and 10, North Greenville, 45 seconds to go. And our first timeout.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say they're going to have to use some timeout here to get that clock stopped to give enough time to get those plays in.
Yeah, neither team has called a timeout until now, so both teams left with Tuskegee still their full complement of 3. North Greenville now down to 2, but call them if you got them. You can't take them with you. North Greenville trying to end the half on a good note, 19 yards away from pay dirt. First and 10 for the Crusaders as Hunter in the shotgun with Tracy Scott to his right. 2 receivers also right and 1 left. Hunter takes a snap, looks to pass, looks right side, throws it up for Rooks, and he overshoots him.
I think Hunter calls that the spot shot. He just picks a spot on the field and says, that's where I'm going to throw it. You get there.
4 receiver set now for Hunter here on 2nd down and 10. That play took 6 seconds off the clock. Hunter lines it up again, and it's a delayed handoff to Scott, straight up the middle, and Scott spun down at the 17, and he only picks up 2, and North Greenville will be forced to burn their 2nd timeout. That play worked to perfection a couple of years back when North Greenville had number 1 Trey Walker. They were using the delayed handoff, and it was working really well. They tried to get it that time, and Tuskegee already in the backfield, and they already saw that Scott was running away with it.
Yeah, a play like that bodes well for the coaching staff for Tuskegee. They've obviously been watching their films, getting a lot of scouting report on the Crusaders. They know what they like to do and what they don't like to do, especially late in the half. So they definitely were ready for that. I noticed also Hunter tried that hard count again, and it fooled no one.
I think the Tuskegee band's a little anxious to get on the field for their halftime performance. They're halfway down the NGU side. Also, that's really interesting. The emblem or the insignia on the back of the band uniforms, that's very, very similar to the same emblem the University of Tennessee used back in the late 60s, early 70s. The T interlocking with the U. As Hunter in the gun, looks over the middle, and it is complete at the goal line to Mason Sanders. He stretched out for it, and he didn't get it as he took a shot in the back. North Greenville will have it 1st and goal from the 1 as a big-time catch by Sanders.
Yeah, I think North Greenville's going to have to. Are they going to go for the field goal, or they got a player down?
Yeah, it's Hunter who took a shot at the end of that play, and they're checking him out. And the clock was still running. It never stopped for the chains to set. So they're going to have to put more time back on the clock.
Board still shows 1 timeout left for North Greenville, but they might have had to use that timeout to check on Hunter.
That might be the case, as he is still, he's standing up. He doesn't look hurt, so hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. And now the officials are huddling up at the 5 to, I guess, try and put more time back on the clock. North Greenville takes the timeout, that we know, yes.
And the ball is set up on the 8-inch line, less than a yard to go.
Head ref talking to head coach Farrington for NGU.
And Sneed warming up on the sideline. Looks like he may be coming in.
Colin Sneed has been off and on the field a lot for North Greenville, listed as the backup to Will Hunter out of Hillcrest High School.
North Greenville has called their 3rd timeout.
North Greenville will burn their last timeout as they will set it up from the 1. That was Sanders, only his 2nd catch here for the first half, but Sanders is one of those impact players for North Greenville you really can't overlook. The way Desmond Reese is for Tuskegee, about the same way Sanders means to NGU. So 14.3 seconds left. You can try the run if you're feeling lucky.
Yeah, they set the clock back at 19 seconds now, Gray.
Okay, that's even better in North Greenville's favor.
And the play clock is at 0. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Oh, now it's 18.3. Head ref says that's right, so 18.3 seconds left and 4 chances for North Greenville to punch it in. They line up 2 receivers right. Tristan Jackson lining up behind Hunter. Now Hunter runs up to the line, takes the snap, lunges for the goal line. He is in. Touchdown, North Greenville on the quarterback keeper from Will Hunter. So obviously not feeling too bad after that last shot he just took. Give it to me, coach. I'll take it in.
No, that'll make those aches and pains feel a little better to get that touchdown like that.
Matt Gravely back on for another PAT. Low snap, but Gravely boots it up, and he's got his 5th of the game after taking a leave of absence from the field as North Greenville struggled for 14 minutes and 45 seconds of that quarter. Tuskegee, now take a look on the flip side of the coin. There's only 15 seconds left, but Tuskegee has all 3 timeouts. They've been getting fairly decent returns as they've had Desmond Reese give them their best kick return of the game so far, 1 for 32 yards. Moncrief has also done 1 for 16, so Gravely is kicking with the wind. So this will all depend on where Tuskegee can move it out to see if they take some shots. Ball blows off the tee for Gravely.
Yeah, the wind's blowing that ball off from the Crusaders side as well.
Gravely checks his special teams unit, and line drives this kick. Will take a hop and fielded by Reese at the 8. Reese sticks to the far side, gets to the 30, and he's tripped up as he crosses out to the 33-yard line. So the Tigers with exactly 9 seconds left, 3 timeouts, and 66 yards to go.
Also, Gray, on that injury to Hunter, they did charge the Crusaders with their last timeout.
Makes sense. I think there's a rule for that as well. Anytime you get under, I think it's the final minute, you have a 10. Well, no, that's a different rule. Never mind. Tigers are going to try and make a go of it with 3 receivers right and 1 left. Lacey rolls outright, looks down the field. North Greenville in their prevent. Lacey holds on to it and just runs out of bounds at the 41 as he picks up 8 yards. And with 2.2 seconds left, take a shot.
Yeah, he burned off 2 seconds that time. Good defensive coverage by the Crusaders that time. Everybody was covered down the field. I think Lacey wanted to go deep. Nothing available.
North Greenville's going to drop. It looks like 8 back, or 7 defenders back. 3 down to linemen and a linebacker up close, and everybody else is a ways back. So 3 receivers left this time. Lacey rolls that way and takes off again. And will pick up what he can, runs out of bounds at the 48, and that will do it for the first half. North Greenville puts up 28 in the first half. They tack on 7 more in the first half, and they lead Tuskegee 35-7. Golden Tigers able to find the end zone in that second quarter, but most of the advantages are going the Crusaders' way right now.
We're going to get our stats from the first half for you and be back with you in a little while. Step away here for a few moments. Invite you to stay with the North Greenville Sports Network and enjoy the Tuskegee Band.
Now we've also got Ansley Brock still on the sideline. She's been catching up with some. She's going to clarify the targeting rule because it's the only thing that's reviewable in the playoffs, and the whole mess, we're going to get that cleared up here soon. Mention the stats, we'll get those to you. Tuskegee Marching Band on the field right now to provide you the halftime entertainment, and from what they were doing pregame, they're looking pretty into it today.
Now cutting a rug and stopping on a dime. They want to know, do you remember the time? Up here to Miss South Carolina City on the field playing with a full deck and kitty, because on the road to us nothing is new. Go ahead, Crimson Pipers, just do what you do. noisemakers are not allowed. So if you are using an artificial noisemaker, please put it away for the duration of today's football game. Thank you.
Back here on the North Greenville Sports Network, North Greenville leading Tuskegee 35-7 at halftime in the second round of the NCAA Division II playoffs here in the Southeast region. Other scores from the Southeast region, North Alabama and UNC Pembroke have kicked off. They are just at the start of the second quarter. North Alabama leads Pembroke 10-7. Also from other regions, Indiana, Pennsylvania, shutting out the 1 seed California, Pennsylvania, 17-0. Shepherd has poured it on LIU Post, 26-7. Also, the 3rd seed Harding leads Sioux Falls, 7-3. Ferris State has gone up 2 scores on Colorado Mines. 24-10 there in favor of Ferris State. Still waiting on 2 games to report in, actually waiting on 1 game to kick off. Northwest Missouri State and Emporia State doesn't start till 2, and still waiting for a score to come in from Grand Valley State and Texas A&M Commerce. Looking at some numbers from today's game, Will Hunter for North Greenville, 10 of 16 so far, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tracy Scott leads the tailbacks, 82 yards on 15 carries and a touchdown. Ashton Hurd is tacked on 20. Tristan Jackson, 14 on 1 carry. Hunter has scrambled 3 times for 11 yards and a touchdown.
Also in that, too, Tracy Scott has got 83 yards. He needs 17 more to get that 100-yard threshold he's looking for today.
Yeah, we still got 30 minutes of football to go. DeMaje Rooks leads the Crusader receivers, 4 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. Javon Smith, 42 yards on 2 catches. Mason Sanders, 2 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. Christian Bruce has only had 1 catch so far for 22 yards. Bobby Foose has cashed in 1 catch for 20 yards. For Tuskegee, the ground game has been stuffed a little bit. That might be revitalized in the second half. Kevin Lacey leads the way with 23 yards on 4 rushes. Desmond Reese, 18 yards on 3 carries. Jamarcus Azell, who we saw for a few drives, coming in for Lacey. Azell has 7 yards on 3 carries. Lewis has a yard, and Kenny Gant has actually gone backwards, -6 yards on 4 carries. Lacey went 5 of 9 and an interception for 48 yards in that first half. Azell 2 of 5 and an interception for 13 yards. Receiving, it is Cheatham, 3 catches for 34 yards. Reese, 2 for 13. Gant and Moncrief each have 1 catch, 9 yards for Gant, 5 for Moncrief.
And unfortunately missing from that stat is Jonah McCutcheon. He was the one that the Crusaders were a little bit worried about. He's pretty good on that defensive line, and he's got 12 picks this season, and we don't see him anywhere on the stat sheet.
Nigel Gay leads the way defensively for North Greenville. 3 total tackles. Sam Houston does have a tackle for loss. He also has 1 unassisted tackle and 3 assisted tackle, and that averages out to 2.5 total tackles.
Yeah, and that's really quiet for him. He's usually leading that stat, but he's been quiet today.
For the Golden Tigers, Khalil Gray with 5 total tackles, Quavon Taylor with 4.5, Carl Matthews with 3.5, and Osmond Thomas, their leading tackler with 123 coming into today, has cashed in 3.5 total tackles for him as well.
Another interesting stat also, Gray, both teams are perfect in the red zone. TU is 1 for 1, and North Greenville at 4 for 4. We knew that Tuskegee was pretty good in the red zone, and they had 3 or 4 plays they had to run before they finally got in, but they made it, and keeping that streak alive. They don't kick a lot of field goals down inside the red zone.
And here's another big number for you. Tuskegee 0 for 5 on third downs. They did convert one fourth down, but 0 for 5 on third downs, and that has been hurting the Golden Tigers that whole first half.
And that was a big stat coming in. They were pretty good on their third down conversions.
North Greenville leading the way, just 3 yards short of 300 total yards of offense. Tuskegee limited to 104. I think we've got the officials' mic back up and working as well. And Ansley Brock, before we get the second half underway, has some news and notes for us, including an explanation of that targeting rule, which can be a bit confusing. Now here she is.
Guys, number 22, Devontae Ramseur for the Tuskegee Tigers. He is a nose guard. I did not see him playing in the second quarter. He did seem to be going back and forth to the trainer between plays. They were wrapping up and looking at his left knee. Now, he has not returned, so it will be interesting to see if he comes back during the second half. Also, the wind is picking up down here. It is about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We saw how it affected the kick, knocked the ball off the stands. And we also heard how number 20, KJ McDonald, is out for the rest of the game. The targeting call was confirmed, and that's all I have for you guys.
So McDonald is out for the rest of the game because of that targeting call at the start of the second quarter. And Ansley mentioned the wind, and that helped Gravely with that touchback, booting it all the way out of the back of the end zone. Now Tuskegee 1st and 10 from their own 25. 4 receiver set with Lacey in at quarterback. Quick pass out to the right side, complete. And not much gained by Desmond Reese. He's able to pick up 3 out to the 28.
I expect to see a lot more out of Reese for Tuskegee this second half. He's been the go-to guy most of the year, and I think they're going to have to go to him now to get some of these points back up on the board.
And with KJ McDonald out, it's going to fall to Tony Godbolt, Nigel Gay, some of these other senior cornerbacks to step up and cover. As 3 receivers go left for Lacey, he looks over the middle, dumps it off to Reese, and Reese gets drilled at the 30, and he didn't go down at first as Sam Houston hanging on to his leg. He's brought down at the 31. That's 3 more, and now it's 3rd down. So Eddie Studevants in there on the tackle. The Golden Tigers face a 3rd down and 4, looking for their first 3rd down conversion. 3 receivers go left again. 1 man here on the right side, it's Moncrief. Lacey gets a snap, looks to the left side, lobs it up, and it is complete. And the Tigers have their first 3rd down conversion of the game out to the 46. Cheatham, who had 3 straight completions to him in the second quarter, reels in another catch. Four receivers set for Lacey. Now shifted to the shotgun and getting some positive yardage out of it. He'll drop back to pass again. Looks over the middle. It is complete to Moncrief as there is a hole in the coverage between Nigel Gay and Sam Houston, and the Tigers are feeling it here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, Tuskegee's taking advantage now of that passing situation. They're not going to run as much, and they've got to get some points on the board and do it rather quickly. 13-11 to go in the 3rd quarter now.
Yeah, I had the linebacker Houston dropping into coverage, and that's always at a disadvantage even if you're Sam Houston, as Lacey looks to pass again. Here comes the pressure, lets it loose, and it is incomplete as Studevants was making a beeline for the quarterback, and somehow Lacey threw it incomplete, though, to Moncrief.
About the first time he's had pressure in the pocket this afternoon. He got it off, but just barely. I thought they were going to get him down. Just shows how good he is in that pocket.
Well, the Red Sea parted for Studevants, and he came unblocked. Second down after the incompletion, a 4-receiver set for Lacey. And the gun. Rolls out to the right side, looks down the field, gets pressured again, takes off, gets to the 30, and banged out of bounds.
Oh, there's the flag. Yeah. Late hit.
Yeah,
no question about that.
That's definitely going to be a penalty.
Yeah, and Lacey's up and running. He's fine.
Now that's going to put it.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. 15. Defense. 15-yard penalty or half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yeah, that's going to set Tuskegee up right around the, maybe even inside the 10.
And Lacey went to the sideline, and he is on the ground.
So we'll get to see the freshman Jamarcus Ezell right back in, who saw some playing time in that second quarter. As he has 4 receivers, 3 to the left side. Takes a snap, and now Ezell takes off, evades the defensive line, and lunges down to the 11 after the pickup of 2.
And Lacey's back in. Looked like they were checking him for a leg cramp. We're glad to see it's nothing serious for Lacey.
Well, a third penalty against North Greenville for the game. Tuskegee had 5 in that first half. I formation back for Lacey.
Once again, the Golden Tigers in that red zone.
They are in the red zone. Lacey takes a snap. They run the option left side. He options out to Gant. Gant finally gets a good run, and it depends on where he stepped out.
Looks like they're going to spot it about the 8, Greg.
That's right at the sticks, too. And it's going to be third down. Well, they call him all the way back out at the 8. I thought he got more than that. It's third down and 5. Tuskegee needs to get to the 3. Lacey drops out of the I into the pistol. 2 receivers right side. Trying to position the fullback. Lacey takes a snap, looks right, lobs it up to the end zone, and it is caught. Great catch by Javarius Cheatham to get another touchdown on the board for Tuskegee.
Yeah, the Crusader defender fell down there and gave him a wide open catch. Good play by Tuskegee that time, keeping the record perfect in the red zone.
That's normally where, I believe that's normally where KJ McDonald would be, so since he went out for that targeting call, they have been picking on that corner the whole second quarter and starting to resume that here in the third. Dalton Hall gets a PAT blocked at the line. And normally that's Desmond Williams' job, but that was either Anthony Blair or Chauncey Haney.
Yeah, I looked for Williams on the field, and I didn't see him out there. Somebody got a hand up.
So PAT no good. Tuskegee does put 6 on the board, and it's 35-13. North Greenville leads. That drive, almost 4 minutes for the Golden Tigers. But now North Greenville, who tacked on 28 in the first, 7 in the second quarter. Get to see them back on offense. Back deep, Javon Smith and DeMaje Rooks awaiting the kick from Dalton Hall, who is kicking into the wind.
Most of his kickoffs have been coming down around the 20. I think they're back a little deep.
He's going to send this one up, and he gets a good hold of it to the 5. And here comes Smith. Stops at the 10, slips, keeps his balance, takes a hit, and gets brought down at the 15.
That was a great kickoff that time. Yeah, they got the ball deep down to the 5 into that wind. May not be quite as heavy now as it was about halftime.
10-yard return for Smith. And North Greenville has not had good field position at all this game, but that really hasn't bothered them. Now what second half adjustments has Tuskegee made? Willie Slater, head coach for the Golden Tigers. Two receivers right. Hunter in the pistol. Hand off to Scott, left side, cuts it back up the middle, and Tuskegee is very, very good on that first down play. No gain for Scott. He actually gives Scott a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. 3 receivers go right. Hunter looks to pass, scrambles, throws on the run, and has it picked off. He threw it right to the defender for Tuskegee, number 1, Kevon Taylor, the linebacker.
Yeah, I think Hunter that time heard footsteps behind him. Pursuit was right on his heels, and I think he just got rid of it way too quick.
It was intended for DeMaje Rooks, and Hunter never saw Taylor. Tuskegee with the best field position all day for the Golden Tigers.
Yeah, we're back to one of the keys to the game. Earlier we mentioned they got to keep him out of the red zone. Here's the chance now for the Crusaders.
Lacey in the gun, 3 receivers right, looks left to pass, throws it up, one-on-one coverage to Moncrief, and he catches it, and here comes Tuskegee. That's a touchdown for the Golden Tigers.
Yeah, you have to give full credit to the coaching staff now on the Tuskegee sideline. Whatever they said at halftime is working, and they're still perfect in the red zone.
Now see if Hall can get this PAT up and in. Low kick, got it through though. And 14 points have gone up on the scoreboard in under 5 minutes for Tuskegee.
A little early for a prediction, but that missed point after on that first touchdown of the second half for Tuskegee might come back to be in play toward the end of the game. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
The Golden Tigers are not afraid of having a close game. In this season alone, they have had 5 games decided by 5 points or less, and they have a 4-1 record in those games. In fact, since 2006, they've had a fair amount of single possession games, and they are 25-10 overall in the past 10 years in games decided by 7 points or less. Or 8 points or less, since 8 points would technically be 1 possession. Also, Tuskegee University, their football team, we are seeing here today, since the beginning of the 1990s, they are 4th in the state of Alabama in wins. We talked about how Carson Newman was the winningest football program in the state of Tennessee since 2010. Well, over the past 20 or so years, Tuskegee is 4th in their respective state of Alabama, only behind, of course, the University of Alabama, North Alabama, and Auburn. As Hall boots this one deep, as he got all of that one, and this one will be returnable for Smith. And Smith has nowhere to go. He gets it out to the 11. Well, they give him to the 12, actually. So North Greenville's pinned back deep again.
Golden Tigers are fired up now after those 2 scores. Crusaders are going to have to keep this in mind now. No more turnovers. Points off of turnovers are very valuable when you get to this level of the playoffs.
Got to be out of sight, out of mind for Will Hunter through an interception that Tuskegee punched in. As he comes pistol set, tight end goes in motion. That's Foose to the left side. They run Scott to the right. Scott bounces off 1 tackler, bounces off 2 tacklers, and Scott picks up 8 on the carry.
Looks like the Crusaders are going to try to ride the Tracy Scott train as far as they can in the second half.
I give him 9 officially. That will put him up to 92 yards on the day. As 3 receivers left, 1 right. Again, we're tracking Tracy Scott's progress as he looks to set the record for 100 rushing yards consecutively in North Greenville ball games. 4 receiver set for Hunter. Scott runs it right side again and runs into his own man and gets stood up. He didn't get the first down, and now North Greenville will face 3rd down and short.
Tristan Jackson back into the backfield now. He's the guy they usually like to go to for this short yardage.
He's almost like a hybrid fullback running back. They'll line him up behind Hunter. 2 receivers left. Tuskegee again stacking the box with 4 down linemen and some outside edge pressure as they run Jackson left, and he bounces off a tackler and falls backwards. Well, forwards, but backwards at the same time, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, the coach giving Jackson a pat on the helmet when he comes to the sideline because that's exactly what he was put in to do.
He backpedaled his way across the first down, and North Greenville able to keep the drive alive and not go 3 and out. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Hunter. Tight end in the backfield with them, and penalty flags. Expect a false start.
Snap, false start. 73, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
I believe the Crusaders center saw something that time that he hadn't seen in quite a while. Possible a hole right in front of him, and I think he was a little anxious on that snap.
Can't afford the penalties, negative plays. Get set again, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hunter fakes the handoff to Scott, rolls out right, throws, pass complete to Foose. Foose hurdles a defender, and all that work for 3 yards. Or no, more than 3 yards actually. They gained 6, closer to 6 or 7. Good job by Foose, able to gain the penalty yards back and make it 2nd down, and that is 7.
Will Hunter is now in clock management mode, I believe, too.
Hunter, quick pass out, complete to Javon Smith. Smith, good spin move at the 35, and he should have the first down.
Yep, they did give him the first down. He was pretty close to the flag, or to the marker, but they give it to him.
The nose of the football resting on the 35-yard line. 3 receivers right, Hunter with Scott behind him. They run Scott up the middle, and Scott, no hole given. And he is thrown back for no gain.
Yeah, half the Tuskegee student body got him on that one. They knew he was coming.
Pretty accurate description. Clock rolls under 7 minutes halfway through the 3rd quarter. North Greenville with the ball, but definitely a slower pace than what we saw in the first half. 3 receivers right for Hunter. Now they bring one in motion. That's Bruce. Hunter throws to Bruce, pass complete, and Bruce is wrapped up quickly at the, one official says 40-yard line, and they will, looks like they will give him the 40. Pick up a 4, 3rd down and 6. 4 receiver set for Hunter. Expect a passing down here. Tuskegee look like they might bring a linebacker blitz. Now maybe 2 linebackers.
Yeah, change of play. Jackson moved up a little bit in the backfield.
Now it looks like they are going to bring the pressure. Hunter gets a snap, throws, and it is incomplete as he almost had another one picked off.
Yeah, Smith cut off the route that time. He went so far and just stopped. Hunter wasn't expecting that. He thought he would just keep going across the middle. Nothing there.
Osmond Thompson went diving for it, couldn't get it, and North Greenville stalls out. And Tuskegee's going to get it back. They've already rattled off 14 points here in this quarter. Or 13 points, they missed a PAT. Foose on the kick it away. Back deep is Reese. Foose gets a good kick away. Reese from his own 19, fair catch.
That boded well for the Crusaders because Reese had room to run that ball if he wanted to, but he called for the fair catch. Put the pressure now on the defense to hold the Tuskegee back as far as they can.
So far this second half has belonged to Tuskegee. They have the football again, except they will have to go 80 yards for this score. 3 receivers left, 1 right for Lacey in the gun. Gant to his left. Lacey fakes the handoff to Gant, pass complete to the flat, and off to the races goes Reese down the sideline.
Yeah, that's Reese again. I think we're going to see a lot of him in this second half. He's their go-to guy, and they've got to do that here. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Get those first downs any way they can.
He gets 14 out to the 34. 1 play, 1 first down for Tuskegee.
As we always do, we appreciate you joining us on the North Greenville Sports Network for Division II playoff football in Tigerville.
Now 3 receivers right. Lacey takes a snap, looking left, throws it over the middle, and it is almost intercepted by Sam Houston. Intended for, I believe it's 19, Tyrez McCain. Sam Houston had a beat on it, just couldn't reel it in. And it looks like coming in for KJ McDonald after that ejection in the second quarter, Cam Rice has come in to fill his spot. Here on second down. Snap, and the option play out to the far side for Reese. And Reese is out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Now, I don't think that was an option. That was like a shuffle pass, dangerous shuffle pass, but it pays off.
It was almost a lateral. It was right down the line from the quarterback and very close to being a lateral. If he'd have dropped that, it might have been an interesting play.
Yeah, that could have been a live ball. 3rd down and 7 for Tuskegee. 3 receivers right. Reese is one of them. Lacey takes a snap, looks to the right side, and incomplete, looking for Reese.
Yeah, that ball was tipped right at the line.
I think number 8, Shaquan Burney, got a hold of it.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he got his arm up there.
Well, the Golden Tigers stall out. And John Picaro on to kick it away. Reels in the high snap. And this one is going to be high and short. And Gay will attempt to return it, but he was right on the sideline, and all it took was a bump, and he's out of bounds at the 28. The football resting on the 28-yard line. North Greenville comes back out. Nothing to show for this third quarter so far. 4:46 left to play here in the third. Been all Golden Tigers. North Greenville trying to change that. Tracy Scott needs 9 more yards to reach 100 for today. Will Hunter needs 10 passing yards to get to 200 for the day. He sets up in the pistol, hands it off. Ashton Hurd tripped up at the line, falls to the 30 as he picks up 2.
We haven't called Ashton Hurd's name very much today. He's been kind of quiet, putting most of the pressure on Scott. And sometimes Jackson coming in there, Tristan Jackson.
Now only a 7th carry. Now 3 receivers left as Hunter looks to the left side and throws incomplete as he was aiming for Smith, but he threw it so far out in front of him.
Will Hunter was upset with something on that play, went to the official with a complaint, but I don't know. I didn't see anything on the play. I think just a errant throw.
Not too sure where he was wanting to go with it. 3 receivers again to the left side, 1 man to the right side. They send Bruce in motion across the line from left to right. Hunter in the gun will look to pass. Looks to the right side, throws complete to Mason Sanders for the first down. Out to the 47.
If the Crusaders can put together a long drive and score this time with this possession, that will just about give Tuskegee a little bit of concern for the rest of the game. Now we're down to the 4-minute mark in the third quarter.
Dave, can you only believe that's Sanders' 3rd catch for the game?
Yeah, it's his 3rd catch, but he's made each one of them prosperous.
Oh, yes, he has. As it is 1st and 10, the wishbone set for Hunter in the middle between the tight end and Jackson. Hand off to Hurd, up the middle. Hurd finds a little bit of room and gets stacked up at the 48. Darian Hall, number 46, there to meet him. And he picks up, well, close to 5 yards. Second down and 5. Hunter still in the wishbone between tight end and a fullback. And Hunter's going to keep it off the right side and will slide down at the 46 as he didn't want to get walloped out there on it again. He's already fumbled once.
A little bit of a decoy play at that time for the Crusaders. Tristan Jackson in there in front of Hurd tried to make the Tuskegee defensive line think they were coming straight up the middle, but kind of a surprise that the quarterback took it to the right. Got a few yards. Still needs about 3 or 4 more.
Yep, it'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up. Play clock down to 10. Hunter checks back to his line. 2 receivers left. 5 on the play clock. Hunter gets it off. Hand off to Hurd. Up the middle. Hurd with some running room to the 40. And he'll have the first down to the 37.
Hurd was a little upset with himself that he got tackled on that. The last man that could have gotten him did. Otherwise, he had 7 written all over that one.
All he saw was that green turf in front of him. Well, they seem to be sticking with this wishbone set. They like it. Hunter between Foose and Jackson as they'll run Hurd to the right side, and he breaks through the line as he got hit in the air by Khalil Gray, and Hurd still manages to gain about 6 down to the 33.
Not a bad play. Give that ball to Hurd, and you got 2 big guys in front of him blocking, helping the offensive line open those holes up.
Now following behind Tristan Jackson, who now heads to the sideline for a breather. Now Foose lines up in the slot on the right side at receiver. 2 receivers also left, Sanders and Bruce. Tracy Scott also checks back in. Hunter will take it, hand it off to Scott. Run him off the left side, plows his way to the 30. And he picks up a few more, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 2.
That puts Tracy Scott awfully close to the 100 yards for the game mark.
Into the final minute of the 3rd quarter, North Greenville's going to have to run one more play here on 3rd down and a long 2 as Jackson is back in. 3 receiver set, 2 right side. Hunter takes it. They run Jackson to the left side, and he goes nowhere as everybody came for Tuskegee, and he is brought down by Quavon Taylor and also give Mercury Hayes.
Tigers knew that Jackson was the short yardage guy that time, and they keyed in on him. Crusaders don't have to run a play. The play clock's at 20 and 14 on the game clock for the 3rd quarter.
Gravely is out there for a field goal. This would be from 50. Gravely, snap down, kick on its way. It's no good. He pushed it wide right. That would have been for the record, too.
Yeah, 2.5 left on the clock now for the third period. Giving the ball back now to the Golden Tigers in good field possession.
There's actually a tie for the longest field goal here at NGU, and it's held by a couple of brothers. You've seen one of them here today, Matt Gravely, and his brother Justin Gravely have both made it from 47. That would have been for the record outright. As final play for Tuskegee, they get the final play of the 3rd quarter. Lacey takes it, handoff, no, he fakes it, and he's out to the far side being chased by Houston, and he's brought down for a loss back at the 27 by Sam Houston.
Sam Houston getting accolades on that one. He chased him down from the back. That's not easy. He actually caught him. I was real surprised. We haven't seen Lacey run too much today, and the stats coming in indicated that he had a pretty good set of legs and he would run a lot. But Crusaders have either shut him down or that's not in their game plan.
Now he is the leading rusher for Tuskegee, his 6th carry, but he'll lose yardage on that play as we are into the 4th quarter. Tuskegee has cut it to a 15-point lead. Things are getting interesting here in Tigerville for the final 15 minutes of round 2 Division II playoff football here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Ready for the 4th quarter here on the North Greenville Sports Network. I am Grace Sullivan with Dave Parson today for the final 15 minutes. North Greenville looks to try and hang on to advance to the quarterfinals for only the 2nd time in program history. Tuskegee trying to advance to the quarterfinals as well. As Lacey looks to pass far side, complete, man wide open over the middle, and now it's a foot race to the 40, to the 35, and finally dropped at the 30. Goes Cheatham again.
What a great play that time for Tuskegee. Caught the Crusaders sleeping over the middle. They definitely needed that yardage. Once again, they're getting very close to the red zone.
And if they can cap off this drive with a touchdown, it will be a single possession game once again. One man left, two men right. Lacey drops back to pass, looks over the middle, throws it right, and nobody home for North Greenville on the far side as Cheatham hauls it in again, picks up 13. Busted coverage out there.
Yeah, it looked like Cheatham was the only person in study hall that time because he was wide open. Nobody within 20 yards of him.
Cheatham getting close to the 100-yard mark today. He had 85 before that catch, so he's probably up around 97, 98. 1st and 10 for Tuskegee again. Two receivers left, one right. Pistol set for Lacey. Rolls out to the left. Throws it back across his body, complete. And out of bounds goes Reese as he's able to pick up around 4 or 5 yards.
A combination of Reese and Cheatham.
A quick update from Ansley down on the side. See what she has to say.
All right, guys, this is the first time in either school's history of the teams meeting, so they don't really know what to quite expect from one another. You can hear the coach saying from North Greenville, you know, guys, this is a fourth quarter game. They're going to keep fighting, so let's fight harder. Let's go. Tuskegee seems to be picking up a little bit of energy. North Greenville is staying constant. It'll be interesting to see how long both teams can keep it up and what is going to happen. Guys.
Gant's able to plow ahead for a couple more yards and to bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Once again, we thank you, Ainsley. Great job on the sideline again today.
Important 3rd down here. Tuskegee has had trouble getting 3rd down conversions today. Only 2 of 8. Lacey in the pistol, 3 receivers set, looks to the far side, throws, and it is dropped by Sam Houston. He almost had the play. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Now it's decision time for Tuskegee.
Lacey at the sideline, and it looks like he's getting a play call. They're perfect from the red zone, and here we go. This could be the first time, at least today, that they haven't made it, but they're going to give it their best shot here on 4th down.
They need to get to the 7.
Yeah, got to go 3 yards.
4th down for Lacey. 2 receivers left, 1 right. He takes the snap, drops back to pass, gets pressured, and shuffle passes it to Gant. And Gant still running free, gets a block, spins around, and finally gets wrapped up at the 13. No good. North Greenville will take over.
Yeah, North Greenville's put that in the record books now because they've stopped them in the red zone, something nobody's done all year.
I like to say that was Sam Houston again on the tackle. Probably was. He's been all over the field today. Also, you saw number 3, just number 3, Matthew Thomas out there.
With that boost to the Crusaders from the defensive squad, I look for Scott now to get the ball.
Scott's sitting at 94 yards now. As Hunter comes out in the pistol, 2 receivers right and 1 left. They run Scott left side. He breaks through the first line and gets spun down at the 16. Picks up 5.
And that should put him over the 100-yard mark.
Gonna be close. That was Scott's 21st carry today.
Yeah, I guess they gave him 5 instead of 6. I thought they were going to mark it with 6 yards.
Yeah, he's got 99. Same formation, 2 receivers right and 1 left. Hunter takes it and fakes the handoff. Scott looks to throw, lets it loose and can't get it to Foose. Incomplete, bring up 3rd down.
They have 1,500 officials on the North Greenville side calling for the flag that time. But
everybody wanted pass interference.
Yeah, but the 4 or 5 on the field with the stripes on their shirts didn't call it.
Well, 3rd down and 5. Tuskegee definitely needs to stop with a 4 receiver set for Hunter. He'll look to pass, throws to the far side, complete. And that should be enough, well, more than enough for the 1st down. That's complete to number 9, Christian Bruce.
Stops the clock at the 12:07 mark now in the ball game. 35-20 in favor of the Crusaders. Golden Tigers have to come up now big time with their defense.
Also, Ashton Hurd checks in at tailback. 3 receivers right. Hunter with Hurd behind him. Will toss it to Hurd, and he secured it as he runs out to the 35 and gets slung down to the 37 as Hurd breaks it out for 12 yards. That could have easily been a fumble.
Yeah, it could have been a fumble. Plus, again, that last player got to him, and Hurd was upset with himself because one more missed tackle and he'd been gone.
A good run for Hurd will give him over 50 yards for the day. 1st and 10 for North Greenville from their own 38. 4 receivers set, balanced. Hunter takes it, and they do a counter to Hurd as Hurd runs it right side and gets brought down at the 45, so he picks up 7 more. Game Ashton Hurd has been looking forward to. He needs to have a good day.
Crusaders bringing Scott back in the backfield. I'm surprised we haven't seen Jackson back there now with 3 to go, 3 yards.
3 receivers left side. They bring Bruce in motion across the line to the right side. Tuskegee brings pressure. Hunter forced a scramble, throws, and incomplete as he had Sanders. As Hunter, good job getting it out of there, but Tuskegee brought a couple of extra linebackers. Now it'll be 3rd down, and here comes Jackson. But it hasn't worked out so well for North Greenville on these short yardage situations for Jackson. Past 2 times, he's been stood up and thrown back for a loss.
Yeah, if Hunter could have got about 2 more inches up on that one, I believe Sanders could have stretched out and got it.
He had, I think he had Thompson hanging on to his left arm. 4 receivers set for Hunter here on 3rd down and 3. Jackson in the ball game. Hunter will look to throw. Pass complete. Set up the screen to Rooks as Rooks picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. You don't do that play unless you got good blocking.
Exactly, and that was a good play. 10:31 to go on the game clock now in the ball game, and North Greenville with another 1st down. Going to use a lot of clock management with this 15-point lead.
Sanders to the right, Smith out left. They'll drop the wishbone in again. Foose to the left of Hunter, Jackson to the right, Hurd the furthest back. Hand off to Hurd, ran him left side, follows his blockers. Hurd breaks it through to the 41 and another 1st down.
And how many times in the second half has the last man got to him?
At least 4.
He had that black end zone in his sights. He was ready.
First and 10 from the Tuskegee 41. 1/3 of the way through the 4th quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now they split out Foose into the flat. They run it to Hurd left side. He bounces it up the middle again to the 35, and a flag comes out in the backfield. This one might be coming back. It's a hold against NGU. And that flag was thrown behind the play, so somebody didn't disengage up front.
Holding, 64, offense. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
And catch Caleb Harris for the hold.
1st and 20, be a good time for Hunter to just do that post pattern. Just let one fly and see what you get, at least with that 1st down on the board.
They tried one to Sanders back in the 3rd. Hunter overthrew him by about 5 yards. They do have Sanders one-on-one out here on the near side as they fake the handoff, and Hunter's going to let it loose and incomplete. Looking for DeMaje Rooks.
Jonah McCutcheon that time on a good play. Timed that perfectly.
Second down and 20. Line up Foose again in the slot on the far side. 3 receivers over there. Foose one of them. Sanders over here on the right again. As Hunter looks his way, is going to lob it up and overthrown by 10 yards this time.
Yeah, misplay on that one. Sanders checked up instead of running the post pattern.
Now big time third down coming up. If they need to get to the 30, that would be well past the first down, but the 30 is the maximum extent of Gravely's field goal range. As they are back at their own 49, and a man just gets off in time. Now Tuskegee getting back across the line of scrimmage as they might be bringing the house on this play. They bring pressure. Hunter looks to throw, stands in a pocket, lobs it up, has a man wide open, complete, and Rook stumbling for the end zone, got it.
Yeah, boy, that was the post pattern I've been looking for. Finally brought it out at the right time.
Somebody might need some aloe vera out there. Somebody got burned.
Yeah, I think the biggest injury was to the ego on the defense of Tuskegee on that play. They let that one go. I saw it coming. I just wasn't sure exactly when.
Snap down for Gravely's PAT. Got it. North Greenville gets a much-needed touchdown, and they extend the lead back to 22.
9:01 to go on the play clock now. Now it's just clock management for the Crusaders. Tuskegee's got to bring out everything they've got in the book, all the trick plays, anything they can do now to get some offense going.
And on the other side of the bracket here in the Southeast Regional, North Alabama leads UNC Pembroke 24-7 at the start of the third quarter. Winner of this game will face the winner of that game in the quarterfinals. North Greenville has played both those teams and is 0-2 against them this year. Tuskegee is 1-0, having defeated UNC Pembroke.
Fans, be part of the NCAA championship action. The VIP style with the NCAA experience. Get exclusive access. The premium of tickets, hospitality packages.
Also on the bottom side of the bracket, it is Grand Valley State leading Texas A&M Commerce 24-17. Ferris State continuing to pour it on Colorado Mines 38-17 on our side of the bracket. As Gravely boots a high spinning kick that tiptoes the sideline and will go into the end zone. And Reese takes a last-second knee as he had Cam Rice and another gentleman, Chauncey Haney, bearing down on him.
That was an interesting play with Reese getting that ball just in the playing surface and carried it back himself into the end zone.
Yeah.
And if he hadn't taken a knee, it might have still been a live play.
To play last, I think, a few years back in the FCS playoffs, Wofford against, can't remember who it was, but whoever the Wofford return man was caught it after a kickoff, only he didn't take a knee, just dropped it in the end zone. The other team pounced on it for a touchdown. As here comes Lacey, winds up for the home run ball down the sideline. It is incomplete. I think he was looking for, yep, that was Reese, who had double coverage on him.
Yeah, the Golden Tigers now have got to score quick, so they're going to be doing a lot of that. Also, watch the quarterback to see if he takes off on a long run here. They're going to have to keep a spy out if you're a Crusader fan, to keep that spy out on that quarterback because he does have a good set of legs.
That spying duty might fall to Sam Houston. He's had 2 pass deflections that could have just as easily been interceptions today. As Lacey again looks to pass, winds up, throws, pass complete to the sideline. That was Therese McCain again as he picks up 9. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
I'm not quite sure that ball wasn't just barely tipped. It looked like it kind of fluttered a little bit when it got there. Clock running with 8:40 to go in the game.
Line it up, 2 receivers left and 1 right. Pistol set for Lacey. Gant behind him. North Greenville looking to bring pressure. Hand off to Gant, and he's tripped up behind the line. Continuing to drive forward, he falls forward, and somehow he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, a little slow whistle that time. They had him stop, but he kept his momentum going, so it was a good play.
Sam Houston and Brandon Berger hit him in the backfield. Diddy was able to spin away from 2 of the best linebackers North Greenville has. First and 10, Tuskegee from their own 35. Split back set with Lacey in the middle. He'll look to pass. Steps up in the pocket, throws, and it is incomplete. And
oh, they say he caught it.
Oh, it's intercepted.
Yeah, he intercepted it to 35. Yeah, he did.
Intercepted by Tony Godbolt.
Right off the shoe top.
It was intended for Moncrief. Lacey overthrew him. He took a shot in the backfield as he's getting help to his feet by his lineman. And that will be 1st and 10 NGU from their own 35.
And it might be the last we see Lacey now for Tuskegee, as he's been dinged up a couple times, it looked like. And I think he took a pretty good hit that time when he let that ball go.
That's his 2nd interception for today. 3rd overall for the Tuskegee quarterbacks.
That's kind of ironic. Tuskegee has a pretty good record of actually intercepting the opponents.
Yeah, they forced one from Hunter today, and they're going to need another one unless North Greenville has other things in mind.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see the ball in the air very much now for North Greenville.
Hunter hands it off to Scott. Scott up the middle, gets the 1 yard he needed for the record, and he finally brought down at the 39. So as long as Scott can keep his numbers where they are or increase them, he has the rushing record for 100-yard consecutive games.
And we have a Crusader down on the field now, just now getting up.
Oh, a lineman.
Yep. Looks like a knee again.
That's Casey Stewart. He went out back in the first half for a few plays, and that same knee.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit of ice and rest now.
Casey Stewart. He is a starting right guard for North Greenville out of Pickens, South Carolina. Wishbone set for Hunter again in the middle. They run Scott left side, and he falls across the 40 to the 41. A few more, and bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Crusaders happy to get 3 or 4 at a time now. Just keep getting those first downs and run that clock down. 7:09 to go on the clock. So we're now down definitely to clock management with a 22-point lead.
3rd down and 3 to go. And the chew clock mode is on. Scott, they need him to get 3. Wishbone set for Hunter in the middle. Now he fakes the handoff and throws it into the turf, trying to get it to Tristan Jackson, as Hunter more than likely just threw that one in self-defense to get away from Twan Adams.
Yeah, that credit goes to Tuskegee. They forced that one. That was all Tuskegee. And Crusaders couldn't stop that play at all. Like the offensive line just decided it's time to get a rest.
And that drive is going to stall out. Bobby Foose on to kick it away to the dangerous returnman Desmond Reese. As Foose gets it away in traffic, and it will take a Crusader hop. Fielded by Reese, and he takes off. And he won't get far, only to the 23-yard line. These Tuskegee special teams, they like to live on the edge.
Have a flag on the play right down here on the 41.
All sides. Number 56, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that offsides just cost Tuskegee a possession that time. One lined up offsides, and that was North Greenville. All they needed was 3. They get a free first down from the offsides call. Glad you saw that flag, Dave. The sun's almost directly over us, and it's almost hard to see that shade of yellow.
Yeah, I really didn't see it at first until the fans in the stands let loose, and I said there was something going on, and then I saw the flag down here.
Now 1st and 10 from the North Greenville 47. Crusaders with the ball. 2 receivers right for Hunter, and more laundry on the field. I got delay of game since the back judge started.
Snap, delay of game. Number 10, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now they give the 5 back to Tuskegee to make it first down and 15. Always when the back judge throws a flag like that, because he's looking right at the play clock, so he'll know. Now first down and 15. Hunter in the pistol with Jackson to his right. They'll run Hurd to the right. Hurd finds a hole to the 45, pushes the pile to midfield. It's still going, and Hurd down to the 48. So that'll be about 10 yards. In fact, Hurd will get credit for 10. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
That was impressive. Hurd with his legs just pushing forward. Had about 4 or 5 defenders on him, still trying to make it as much as he could.
North Greenville over 200 rushing yards on the day. Now 2 receivers left here on second down. Hunter with Hurd behind him. A handoff to Ashton Hurd, straight up the middle, breaks it free, has the first down and more to the 39. Again, Hurd gets caught before he can break it. And another first down.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can see the frustration and a little bit of fatigue coming across the Tigers now.
That Tigers defense has been out there for a good chunk of this 4th quarter. Two receivers right for Hunter with Jackson and now Scott in the backfield. They'll run Scott to the right side, gets a block, spins around to 35, drags a defender with him to the 25, still going to the 20, inside the 20, and still going. He can't break free, and a flag comes out, and he's finally thrown down at the 17.
Yeah, I think they're going to get unsportsmanlike. I think they called the play dead, and they went ahead and threw him to the ground anyway.
Yep.
So that's going to give him half the distance to the goal, I believe.
I was reminiscent of what Mason Sanders did earlier this year. If you see a play like that looks like that's always tough to take for the officials, but if the pile isn't moving, you got to blow it dead.
Good run, personal foul, number 5, defense, face mask. Half the distance and goal, first down.
Well, catch Tuskegee for the face mask.
Puts the Crusaders down inside the red zone. Clock starts again at 4:49 to go in the game. 42-20 in favor of the Crusaders. Golden Tigers have to stand tall now.
Now 1st and goal from the 9. Hunter in the wishbone. Takes a snap. They'll run Scott to the right side, and he gets tracked down from behind. They'll lose yardage back to the 12. Here comes Ashton Hurd. They actually pushed Scott all the way back to the 14-13, so that's a loss of 4. Scott looks like he'll be able to keep his 100-plus yard day. Again, 4 straight games he's been able to do that.
And I believe that ties a school record too, Greg.
You're right, it does. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. Hunter takes a snap, hands it off to Ashton Hurd up the middle, and Hurd keeps those legs going back to the original point after the penalty, back to the 9, so it'll be 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Even if you don't get it in for North Greenville, still well inside Gravely's field goal range. He's missed one today from 50, but that's a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, for Matt Gravely, that's just a chip shot.
It is, really.
Yeah, he practices those long shots before each and every game, those 50 and 60-yarders.
Wishbone set again for Hunter. He'll look to pass. Throws it up one-on-one. Sanders far side and can't make the grab.
I'm not sure he'd have been in bounds if he did get it. It was so close to the out of bounds.
Well, here comes number 39, Matt Gravely, on for what would be a 26-yard field goal. Try and push the lead to 25. Kicking into the wind, but the wind has died down as time has worn on here at Yount Stadium. From the near side hash, out of the hold of Jordan Helms. Low snap. Gravely gets it up, though. Helicopters his way through, and it's good.
Yeah, Gravely doesn't show any effort on those field goals or extra points. It's just natural for him.
So it's now 45-20. North Greenville leads with 3 minutes and 1 second to play. Keeping an eye on the game on the other side of the Southeast Regional. North Alabama still leading UNC Pembroke. They must have just went into the half because they haven't started back. But 24-17 in favor of North Alabama. Now the next round in the quarterfinals is supposed to be a true neutral site game, so that'll be announced later on, I presume about Monday or Tuesday of the week, because I'm sure two teams playing would like to know where they're supposed to go. And if North Alabama hangs on and North Greenville hangs on, might be somewhere in the state of Georgia. If Tuskegee comes back and what North Alabama hangs on, well, it might be a home state battle. As Gravely boots it away, returnable from the 5 for Tuskegee. Reese out to the 25, good move, gets to the 30, avoids his own man, and finally gets twisted down at the 32-33.
He's brought down by number 24, Jordan Helms.
Now the holder on PATs and field goals, Jordan Helms, also as a tight end, brings him down.
I've been impressed with Tuskegee's Reese today. He can do it all. He can receive, he can run, he can get those kickoffs. He's just an all-around great player.
And it doesn't take him any time at all to get his speed up and going. Him and Cheatham both have been in North Greenville secondary all game. As movement on the left side of the line for Tuskegee as Lacey was trying to roll out right side.
Prior to snap, false start, 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Not exactly what Tuskegee needed. Bring the ball back a little further.
Now makes it 2nd down and 15. Trips right side for Tuskegee as Lacey rolls out that way, throws and incomplete. In and out of the hands of his intended target, Reese, who was open yet again in the middle of 3 different Crusaders. And they continue to pick on that side where McDonald would be. Also looks like some new faces in there in the secondary for the Crusader defense. Cam Rice and Travis Beatty back in the secondary.
Yeah, and Reese went to the sideline. He looked like he was pretty tired. They've used him a lot this afternoon.
4 receiver set for Lacey here. Takes a snap, quick pass, far side, complete. Wide open is Cheatham, and Cheatham has the first down and bumped out of bounds at the 48. Cheatham, no, he's well over. Actually, yep, that catch puts him over 100 yards on the day for the Golden Tigers. First and 10 for the Golden Tigers from their own 46. 4 wide set for Lacey in the gun. Gant to his left. Takes the snap, looks to the left side, throws, complete on the run to Cheatham. Cheatham tripped up at the 35, and Cheatham again continues to find any open hole. Any and every open hole as he has another first down. This ball game ain't over. You still got 2 minutes to go. Now a 3 wide set, 2 receivers right for Lacey. He'll throw over the middle and incomplete. Looking for Desmond Reese.
Pass is deflected by number 6, Jeremiah Ferguson. 2nd and 10 for Tuskegee University.
I think Lacey's getting a little tired as well. He's been a little dinged up today.
But yeah, you're right, Dave. He did throw that one a little behind him. Reese didn't turn around until the ball was already bouncing at his feet.
Lacey didn't play much of the second quarter, but he's been in pretty much all of the second half now.
4 wide set here on 2nd down. Lacey drops back to pass, throws it up to the far side, and it is incomplete. Intended for Cheatham, closely guarded by Cam Rice. Third down against the Golden Tigers from the NGU 34. Three receivers right, 1 left for Lacey. Back in the gun here on 3rd down. Rolls out right side, looking down the field, still looking, gets pressured, cuts it back to the middle, steps up, throws it far side, has a man open, and it is caught. No, dropped, incomplete by Moncrief.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because they certainly needed the touchdown there to at least give them some hope now with 1:43 to go.
I think he lost that one in the sun. 4th down and 10, and it's go time for Tuskegee. They'll line it up here on 4th down. They don't necessarily need to go for the score. They need to go to the 24. 4 receiver set for Lacey. Winds up, throws far side, complete, and Cheatham stretches out. And the reliable Cheatham has 12 in the first down.
Yeah, he did get that first down. He stretched out there very nicely.
That will put him at 149 receiving today. 9 catches for Javarius Cheatham. As Lacey drops back to pass again, forced to scramble, has all day to run if he wants to, and he will take off, breaks 1 tackle to the 15, and steps out of bounds at the 12. And he should have another first down. First and 10 for Lacey as clock stops with 1:15 to go since he went out of bounds. 3 receivers right for Lacey in the formation, 1 man left. Lacey fakes the handoff, quick pass out into the flat to Reese. Reese to the 10, 5, bounces off his own man into the end zone. And touchdown Tuskegee.
Yeah, Reese forced that one in. I don't think the Crusaders give him a whole lot of much guarded on that one. They just kind of let him go ahead and get it in so they could get the ball back. At this point, 45-26, possibly going to be 27 unless they try to go for two. I don't see where they would try for two, but
yeah, they might, because here comes Lacey back on the field.
They're going to try for the two.
Yep, they're going to go for two. Lacey lining it up in the gun. 3 receivers right and 1 left. Lacey takes a snap, looks left side, and it is incomplete, intended for Moncrief, as he was closely guarded by number 23, Tyus Lewis. Or no, well, now North Greenville has 2 23s, and neither of them are listed as defenders. So that was either Shaquille Brooks playing at defensive backs or Tyus Lewis. It's 45-26. Tuskegee down 19, and expect an onside kick coming up here from Dalton Hall, and the wind has once again picked back up, and he will be kicking with the wind. So if there is any wind down at field level, this will push it even deeper into the Crusader special teams unit. Also, just a reminder, we will be carrying the post-game interviews live for the head coach of North Greenville, Jeff Farrington, and the coach for Tuskegee, Willie Slater. It'll be about a few minutes after this ball game has concluded, and will last about 20 minutes. So we will carry the post-game interviews for both coaches live once this game has concluded, as there are no on-the-field interviews, as that is all taken care of after the game.
Once again, we thank you for joining us on the North Greenville Sports Network. We invite you to watch Channel 40 Tuesday night when they're carrying the men's basketball game. If you can get the Hayes Gymnasium, the women will play right before the men's game. We'll be back with you on December the 1st for basketball on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Still really nice to get this game in. Tuskegee having some issues getting their special teams set. First, the wind blew the ball off the tee again. Now there's a man running on late. North Greenville stacks all but one man up close to the line. Hall lining it up, and will just line drive kick it, and it's immediately smothered by one of the young men for the Crusaders at the Tuskegee 45. Bobby Foose recovered it. Tied in up on the line.
Yeah, that might have been a little questionable too if they'd have fumbled it, because it didn't quite go 10 yards.
Yeah, once a member of the opposing team touches the onside kick, it's a live ball. Well, here comes the North Greenville offense back on the field, and it looks like they're going to set up in the victory formation. Hunter under center, and we'll take a knee back at the 47. Final minute, as they're going to look and try and knee this one out. $50 seconds to go as the clock continues to wind. Crusader crowd getting into it, as it looks like North Greenville is heading back to the quarterfinals for only the second time in program history. Second down coming up for Hunter, under 30 seconds to go. Takes what presumably is the final knee. And here come the teams starting out to midfield. Still 15 seconds to go on the clock. Everybody shaking hands. And here comes Coach Farrington and Willie Slater out to about the 43-yard line. There's 5 seconds on the clock. The team's at midfield, 2 seconds, 1 second. and that is it. North Greenville takes round 2, much like they did round 1, except this time 45-26 over at Tuskegee University Golden Tigers. As we immediately switch over and check, still at halftime apparently, no change in the score. North Alabama still leading Pembroke 24-17, so that's one of those two schools will either be North Greenville's next opponent in the quarterfinals. And if North Greenville can get past that, then they're on to the semis, and I think the semis and the championship game are all that's in Kansas City. So North Greenville one win away from what could be a pretty decent haul. Take a look at some final numbers. Again, a reminder, we will carry the press conferences for both coaches live here on the North Greenville Sports Network. So you'll hear from head coach Jeff Barrington and head coach Willie Slater. So the final score again, 45-26, North Greenville wins it. First 28 points of this ball game went to North Greenville. Then Tuskegee finally got on the board with 1:56 in the second half. Jerome Lewis ran it in from a yard. North Greenville answered just before the half with 14 seconds left. Then in the third quarter, Tuskegee ripped off 13 points in the third quarter, and North Greenville able to tack on a touchdown and a field goal in the fourth quarter, and Tuskegee able to answer only one more time with just over a minute left in the fourth quarter. So North Greenville outgains Tuskegee today in a number of categories.
Yeah, the total offensive yards for North Greenville, 511 to 353 for Tuskegee. And that was overwhelming for the Tuskegee team. North Greenville was also 5 for 5 in the red zone. And TU was 3 out of 4, being stopped once. Looks like the first time this year that they may have been stopped in that red zone.
And Tracy Scott gets his fourth consecutive game of 100 yards or more rushing for North Greenville. Officially, he will finish with 123 yards net on 25 carries and a touchdown. Will Hunter, 17 of 32 today. One interception, though, but 272 yards and 3 touchdowns will make that memory of that interception go away quickly. Demaje Rooks was the leading receiver with 7 catches for 119 yards. Javon Smith went 3 for 50. Mason Sanders 3 for 43 and a touchdown. Christian Bruce went 2 of 32. Also mentioned Rooks had 2 touchdowns as well. Sam Houston worked his way back up the tackling chart for North Greenville. He finishes today with 5 total tackles and 1.5 tackles for loss. Nigel Gay led the way with 5.5 total tackles, and Tony Godbolt also up there with 5 tackles. And this Crusader defense, again, they force 3 interceptions and able to return them for 59 yards altogether. So again, the Crusader defense, back-to-back games where they force multiple turnovers against Florida Tech. Last week against Tuskegee. This week, and we'll take a look at the Golden Tigers numbers here now. Expected more out of their rushing game, especially Lacey, but he was off and on the field a lot, especially in that second quarter where we didn't see him for 2 drives. Lacey ended up being the team's leading rusher with 36 net yards on 7 carries. Desmond Reese went 3 for 18. Jamarcus Azell 4 for 9. Jerome Lewis only 1 yard gain, and a very important name missing from that list. And it's Kenny Gant, who rushed 7 times but had no yardage. So Crusaders do an excellent job of gumming up the run lanes, and Tuskegee just could never really get anything on the ground, and that forced them to go through the air.
And the Golden Tigers definitely proved they deserve to be here today. They put on a great show.
I mean, they upset Newberry to get here.
Yeah. I just expected a little more out of them. I don't know if they were tired from last week or had some injuries lingering over. But they just simply were outplayed today by the Crusaders. I hate to put it that way necessarily, but on the field, all the stats show that the Crusaders just led in most of the categories.
It looked for a long time there in the third quarter. They were set to make a gigantic comeback, and North Greenville able to dig back in and hold them off. Kevin Lacey went 22 of 36 through 2 interceptions, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns though for Lacey. Azell came in and played some, 2 of 5 and an interception, and only for 13 yards. Javarius Cheatham, big man receiving today for Tuskegee, 9 catches for 148 yards and a touchdown. Desmond Reese, 9 for 68 and a touchdown. And Moncrief, 3 for 54 and a touchdown. Kenny Grant did have 2 catches for 10 yards. Defensively, another big day for Osmond Thomas. We expected that from him. 9.5 total tackles and a tackle for loss. Khalil Gray led the way with 9.5 total tackles. He and Thompson actually finished tied defensively. Carl Matthews had 7 total tackles for Tuskegee.
Once again, Gray, the number one stat that we need to let our viewers know is the final score. Crusaders 45, the Golden Tigers from Tuskegee 26. It has been a beautiful day here in Tigerville, South Carolina, on the campus of North Greenville University, where Christ makes a difference. And once again, we appreciate you joining us on our broadcast today.
How about Ashton Hurd? He still didn't quite have the Ashton Hurd performances we're seeing from the days of old. Hurd still ran it 16 times for a gain of 92 yards. And Dave, I feel Ashton Hurd should be our offensive player of the game. He has had a tough season, and he keeps battling back and turning out numbers for NGU.
Yeah, we've had co-players of the game before. I agree with you on Hurd, but I have to give a little bit of a shout out to Scott too, having set that or tied that school record with the 100-yard games.
Yeah, what he's been able to do this year is incredible as a freshman.
Exactly, and with 2 freshman quarterbacks, it bodes for next year that we should have a great season. And it just looks like everything's going the Crusaders' way right now. And we congratulate the Crusaders on their advancement into the 3rd round.
Hey, if you don't have a good run game, that doesn't help you out in the passing game. And what Will Hunter has been able to do, he waited so long in the wings waiting for Nelson Hughes to graduate, and here he comes, and he's led this team to what only one other quarterback at North Greenville has been able to do, and that was Willie Korn. Back in 2011, NGU is going to the quarterfinals of the D2 playoffs. So Hunter, you got to give a shout out to Will Hunter, what he's been able to do. And he has great outside threats with Rooks, Smith, Sanders, Bruce coming up there. So really big nod to them. Defensively, it was again a bend but not break day for North Greenville. And I don't know. Who are you thinking for the defensive side of things?
I don't know, Gray. It pretty much was a team effort. I don't know that we particularly had a defensive standout for today's game.
That one's a tough call because everybody on this North Greenville defense is a real standout. Sam Houston, the senior, he gets another game to go out there and show what he's made of. That really is tough.
Brooks had a couple interceptions, didn't he? Or at least one.
Yeah, didn't Tony Godbold, he was second on the team in tackles, didn't he have a pick? I think he did.
Yeah, one of them picked one up right off his shoe top late in the game and kind of turned things around a little bit.
I think that was Godbold.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was.
So how about Tony Godbold as your defensive player of the game?
That'll work. That'll work.
All right, so we've got 2 on the offensive side of things. Scott and Hurd, the tandem at tailback for North Greenville this year, and then Tony Godbolt will get the nod for defensive player of the game. Also coming up, we will be carrying again the coaches' interviews. That'll be taking place down in the Crusader room in the field house. We'll see if we can get that live to you in just a few minutes. So again, wrapping up, North Greenville wins at 45-26, and they will face the winner of either North Alabama and Pembroke. And as I look at it now, they have restarted that game. In fact, they're almost at the end of the third quarter, and North Alabama starting to distance themselves from UNC Pembroke. It was 24-17 at halftime. It's now 34-17, still in favor of North Alabama, and that's going to be a very interesting matchup if North Alabama is able to hang on and take that one. The game played earlier this year, North Greenville traveled to Florence, Alabama, and came back with a 52-21 loss. However, this one will be a true neutral site game, but yeah, I feel North Alabama is still scary no matter where they play. Also around the playoff region, Grand Valley State leading Texas A&M Commerce 31-17. Ferris State moves on to the next round as they have beaten Colorado Mines 38-17. And which SEC coach coached at Ferris State? I think actually graduated from there too. Butch Jones at Tennessee. So Ferris State moves on. Sioux Falls leads Harding 24-14. Northwest Missouri State leads Emporia State 24-16. That's a team to watch, Northwest Missouri State. If they're able to make it on 2 more wins, that Kansas City game, those games will be more like a home game for them. Also switching up to the other side of the bracket, Shepherd defeats LIU Post 40-21. And start of the fourth quarter, California, Pennsylvania leads Indiana, Pennsylvania 28-17. So one more quarter to decide things. Pembroke has their work cut out for them down to North Alabama. So we'll have to wait and see what that game holds out for us.
Yeah, that should be a good game. Either one of those teams would be a great matchup for North Greenville now.
Plus, they want another shot at North. They really want a shot at either of them. I think it was 40-17 they lost to Pembroke, so they definitely want another chance to prove themselves. As no matter what level you play out, the playoffs is always a different animal. High school, college, pro. I mean, just look at our region. And it is time for the coaches' interviews, so we will sign off and be back with you in just a moment.
Is there a reason for the quarterback change?
No, we play 2 quarterbacks. We got a freshman that we're trying to bring along. I like to play him as much as possible because if something happens to the other one, then we're not cold turkey. We got a guy that's got some experience, and we won't lose because he's out there.
Coach, what was Lacey able to do when he was in the game? Where did you feel like he was strong in terms of running the offense?
Well, we had to just start trying to throw the ball and piece together drives to score points. He does that. He's done that well all year. It's just the turnovers. The miscues that turn the ball over. That really hurts you. That first drive, like the first interception. You don't want to go out there on your first play and throw an interception right after the other team has driven the ball down the field. Tried to call it a conservative play, but his read took him back to him, and it was just kind of he didn't bring the guy across the field like we practiced this really, and so it ended up being picked off. But the guy that was playing on the receiver, he did a great job to intercept that ball too. But you don't want those kind of things to happen, when a team has just driven the ball down the field and then your defense got to come over here and try to get ready to play. But then they don't get a chance to make adjustments because we go out and on the first play we throw an interception. So those are the kind of things that really get you in trouble. I say it just starts piling up on you. Once it starts piling up on you, you're in trouble.
Thank you, Coach. Coach.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, we've had some technical difficulties during the coach's interview, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it back right here. And if we can, we'll get you back to it. But why didn't one of us just go do it? Big thanks to Cole Bryson from the radio side of things. We're carrying his video, but it's not always the best reception here around Tigerville for some reason or another. But hopefully we'll be able to. I definitely want to hear what Coach Farrington has to say about today's win. North Greenville gets to 9-4 as a program with 2 playoff wins. Tuskegee, unfortunately, will finish the season at, I think they're 10-3 after they got the Newberry win. So they'll finish out their season 10-3. Still a good run by Tuskegee. You got to give them credit for what they've been able to do this season.
Yeah, Tuskegee really had a good record coming in. They showed themselves very well today. Very impressed with the team in general, and especially the coaching staff. Some great calls.
And also what the historical impact that Tuskegee has been able to have on this whole country, because if you haven't heard of the Tuskegee Airmen, you really should have, because what they were able to do during World War II. The nickname was the Red Tails. They made a movie about it like 4 or 5 years ago. And the Tuskegee Airmen trained at Moton Field, the Tuskegee Army Airfield at the time. They were educated at Tuskegee University, located near Tuskegee, Alabama, of course. So what they were able to do during World War II, they were the first African-American military aviators in the United States Armed Forces, the Army Air Force at the time, because the Air Force wasn't officially founded until 1948.
Just talk about the fast start.
And here's the coach's interviews yet again.
4 quick scores, look like you might blow them out. Well, that was unexpected. To be quite honest with you, now we always talk about trying to start fast, and we ended up, I believe they won the option there on the coin toss, and so they kicked us, and they won the ball in the second half, and we ended up, getting it in there and taking it in and scoring. I'm trying to remember the exact sequence. It seemed like right after that there was a fumble or something, and then we ended up getting it back in there and getting a score. And before you know it, the way we kicked off a sky kick, and the guy kind of juggled it, and we ended up we get another score. It's 21-0, and you're sitting there saying, man, it's 21-0, but the clock hadn't run hardly any. And they've got a very good program. They've got good athletes. They're coached well, and they can make plays. And and that's kind of what happened as the game went on. But we were pleased to come out and start fast.
Did the game plan change at all after you got up by that much? Or
not really, because in these games you got to go make plays while you can, and you just never know what can happen. I mean, it was sitting there. They punch in a score, and then they're a touchdown behind. At one point, I believe we had to get off the field, and they're one touchdown behind. Then it is a different ball game.
Told me yesterday, Coach, you needed to stop the run. You had them to 64 yards rushing. So got to feel pretty good about defense.
We were very pleased with that, and probably a lot of that, defensive coaches did a great job. Our kids did a great job of executing it, trying to take away any confidence that they had early running the ball. And their offense, which is a foreign backfield set these days with the quarterback under center, even though and they run some very standard plays out of that, but they're very effective when you haven't seen them all year. And their fullback, they've had very good fullback play, very good tailback play. I'm not sure what happened to one of them. He wasn't lined up for them 29, but 32. And they've been very capable, and they get hats on hats. And then they mix in their option, and I thought we played that pretty well. Lead option, good. And, of course, jumping out to a big lead kind of made them one-dimensional.
Coach, did you feel that the sequence with the fourth down stop and then the touchdown pass to Rooks was really kind of the knockout punch?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Just really when they got the momentum, when they came out in the second half, I think it was 3rd and 7 or 3rd and something, and they dropped one over our guy's head, a little sail route over there on their sideline. We'd seen the guy do the exact same thing last week, nice touch throw right over the defender. That got him a first down. Then he scrambles out. We get a personal foul on our sideline. It was a good call. Bad decision by us. And then, they end up rubbing us off and getting the guy free and puts it on the money, and the kid makes a catch. And then we end up throwing a pick. One play, they go attack a freshman, and bam, it's a ball game. And that's how quick it can turn.
You talk about the play of the quarterback. Directed the game really well, threw 3 touchdowns.
Will's, I say this every week. He's gotten better each week. He gets in different situations, and it's a learning experience for him. And he's had to learn how to lead our football team, quite honestly, and be able to stay even keel and understand not to get down on himself, or that, hey, you got to go play. And I guess when you're a new starter at that position, you have to develop confidence in the coaches, that the coaches are going to have confidence in you, even when you do make a mistake, that we expect you to perform. And he's starting to be able to run the game plan. And we asked a lot of that position as well, on a lot of run-pass options that he has to decide on the looks.
Imagine one of the more impressive numbers for you is going to be the 3rd down conversions, 11 of 18. Just how were the guys able to be that effective today against their defense?
Well, I didn't realize it was quite that high until you said that, but we've kind of progressed along offensively. Some of we've had some short yardage and even some long yardage. Our wide receiver position has gotten better as the season has moved along. They've gained more experience.
You talked a little bit about Rooks today. He got 7 catches, 51-yard ball, 2 touchdowns.
Well, that was good. It was good to see DeMaje. DeMaje's a steady player for us. He came in and played as a freshman last year. He's had to learn a few different positions, and he's developed. And, he's not the fastest guy. He's not the biggest guy. But before you look at it, everybody's wanting DeMaje on their special teams, and we have to kind of protect that because he's kind of can do a lot of things very well. He had some good blocks out there, got in the way of some of their outside linebackers. And it was good. It's good to see him have a game like that and be productive.
Appreciate it.
That's good.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And so that was both head coaches for Tuskegee and North Greenville, Jeff Farrington for NGU, Willie Slater for Tuskegee, giving their remarks post-game as we continue to keep an eye on who North Greenville will play. Right now, it's looks like it's going to be North Alabama, as they have scored again to go up on Pembroke 41-17. So all signs point to a rematch with North Alabama for NGU.
Yeah, that's going to be a great rematch. North Greenville is going to be carrying a grudge in there, and hopefully they can present as good a game as they did today. We were definitely entertained, both crowds on both sides of the field, and we did have good crowds today, and we appreciate Tuskegee bringing in their band and entertaining us through the game, and at halftime they put on a great performance.
And this has been a really great Crusader football season, and we didn't look like we were going to get that many games, but the second half of the season where North Greenville turned it around, they were sitting 4-4 after that loss to North Alabama, and they haven't lost since. It's a 5-game win streak right now for NGU, and they will look to take on, all signs point to North Alabama, unless there is a drastic comeback by UNC Pembroke in the next 10 or so minutes.
Yeah, it's great to see a university like this that has several good athletic programs going on at the same time, and the way the fans support the teams, and it was great to see the fans supporting Tuskegee. I'm sure they're doing the same thing with other sports, but for them to bring the band and all those fans up here, it was great to see them, and we appreciate them coming to North Greenville.
And a couple of big shakeups in the college football universe today. Charlie Strong out at Texas. Tom Herman is in at a fine tune of $5 million. Ed Orgeron is officially in at LSU. He was unofficially interim coach, but now it is official. Ed Orgeron will be the head coach at LSU. Tom Herman to Texas, as well as some of those D1 programs. And so it's finally time to bring at least what looks like our broadcast season in football to an end. We'll be back for basketball. That's still going on December the 1st. And men's volleyball, lacrosse picking up next year in January and February. Baseball and softball also picking up in February. So once again, it looks like it's going to be a busy spring.
Busy spring for the broadcast team, you're right. And I'm very blessed to be a part of it. And I've enjoyed every moment up here. And we look forward to the next broadcast and some really cold wind blowing on us for some lacrosse games.
No. I am not looking forward to that at all. But really, though, yeah. Big thanks to everyone who's helped us with this broadcast. You know who you are, but really some special people right here with us. We've got Alan Ellis made the trip up, helping us today. Will and Alan Cahaley producing. Ansley Brock down on the sideline. We don't get to talk to her as much as we'd like to, but still always great insight when she chimes in. Christian Athey was on camera today. And I think that's just about everyone apart from myself, Grace Sutherland, and you, Dave Parson.
Yeah, it's been a great season, and we look forward to the fall coming up, and hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. And we'll see you again the 1st of December with basketball, and we'll be indoors over at Hayes Gymnasium. Looking forward to that coming up, and then, like you said, we'll have the men's volleyball coming up right after that.
And I almost forgot, also a very big thank you to Orlando Wells, who's come in and helped us with a couple of games, and Kimber Henry, who's been here a lot. And so for all of us here at the North Greenville Sports Network, North Greenville continues their playoff run. They will head to the quarterfinals for only the second time in program history. Site, time, and still unofficially opponent to be announced later. But for the final time here from Yount Stadium in 2016, this has been the North Greenville Sports Network.